Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing today? Thought I'd just do a jump on and see who's around kind of event for a change. Yeah, looks like I'm live. That's good. Guess somebody can confirm they hear me once I get going here. Yeah, Memorial Day is over and we're now back to the old grind, as they say. Hope everybody had a good day off weekend, 3 day weekend, whatever worked out for you. Uh, Personally, I had a party on Saturday at the house here with some family, so that kind of was an early Memorial Day, and I'll say got that out of the way, and now it's getting back to the norm. Anybody wants to join, just let me know. I'll put up the link. Hope everybody's gotten to where at least they've gotten back in the work groove this week. If you took an extra day, I guess you're going to wait until tomorrow. So that's always good. Was working on a little bit of a shootout. You can see it right here behind me. It'll be coming out later this week. In the meantime, I've got one coming out tomorrow, probably later tomorrow, on the double 45 RPM Fleetwood Mac Record Store Day version that came out in 2012, comparing it to the Mobile Fidelity, because I didn't have that 2x45 to test against or to shoot out against, and someone provided it to me, so I was able to get that accomplished, which was very nice, very helpful. And that's where things stand right now. So I think we've got 6 people watching. Thanks for joining this evening. Really not a heavy topic area. I guess the biggest topic on my channel lately has been the Rhino releases, which have come out, and I already got my cars, and I have in fact reviewed it. And here's the one of my OGs that I was using in the review. I have sitting here. I think I've already put up the Rhino one into my audiophile group there in my stash for audiophile records. So, but anyway, it's been interesting. Over 5,000 views on that review, which was really surprising. I mean, they're only pressing 5,000 of them, so I thought that was interesting. Some people, have read the review or watched the review and said, yeah, I'll pick it up based on your recommendation. So that's good. I guess I got it early. I didn't. I ordered it the day it came out, and just happened to show up pretty quickly, which was kind of nice. And so it was a revealing shootout. I had been really disappointed by the MoFi release of that one, and it was all analog, so it didn't have the DSD deficiency issue with it, but it just didn't sound as good as the OG. It just really was muddled, and it just really was a disappointment. So, hello, Spence. Let me. I was on the fence on both the Rhino, so I saw you ordered both cars and Coltrane. Good. Great, Spence. Thanks. Yeah, I'll be interested to hear your opinion. I always say it's my equipment and my ears and, my cartridge and my phono stage and my speakers. And, so I try to do it several times over a couple of days and, or at least give myself some breaks in between to just validate that I don't have the perfect blind test kind of a situation, but honestly I was working tonight on the Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young Deja Vu shootout, and I realized, I mean, you could blindfold me all day long, but the surface noise between the tracks, I could tell you which album was which. So I mean, right there, it creates a bit of a bias there. But so I mean, I didn't get the Coltrane. I'm not a big jazz person, so I don't want to. I couldn't. I'm hoping somebody does come out with a review to say what they think of it. Um, I just believe generally that Kevin's going to be working with Rhino and picking good titles that have good tapes. I don't think they'll, if they run into a scenario, and this happened with Warren Zevon's self-titled album, where MoFi had it and they were going to release it. They took pre-orders and then they came out later and said, we're canceling that. We're not going to do it because there were issues with the tape. So, and in this whole thing with Rhino, I mean, by the time they tell us about it, they're ready to ship it. So they've already, got it mastered. They've got the jackets made. They've got the pressing done. They're ready to ship it. So it's a lot different scenario than, let's say, MoFi or even Analog Productions when they give us these lead times, that come up ahead of time. Hey, Chill Pint, how you doing? Thanks for coming on. Most anything KPG is something I'm interested in. Yeah, it does lighten the wallet. But, and Kevin has done some stuff for Rhino, but not all of it at all. And I did have some commentary and conversations about some of the Rhino stuff being, a little up and down, hit and miss. And, it's why in a previous video I kind of said, know thy mastering engineer, the 11th commandment. Because it does, make a difference, right? Yeah, quick spec. Yeah, someone sent me a note and said, you're going to make it hard for you to unload your own MoFi if you want to sell it. I said, yeah, you're right. You're right, but maybe somebody who isn't into having the best recording, they'd say, hey, I got a MoFi, it's great. But hey, John, how are you? How are things up your way? Thanks for joining this evening. So yeah, they've already got kind of and again, if any of you guys want to join, I'm going to go ahead and throw up the invite here. If anybody wants to join, it's no problem whatsoever. I really feel like they've kind of, I really like the fact that they've kind of done it to where, when they announce it and they say you can buy it, I mean, it's not you can order it, you can buy it. And boom, you've got it. And and I think all of this waiting and anxiety and all of that stuff is just, gotten to me a bit, mastered. Yes, I have one of those too. Yeah, Heartbeat City is yeah, that's a great one too. Yeah, and I really like Heartbeat City a lot as far as an album goes. I mean, I think Drive was one of the best. I just love the song. It's the video that went with it is very kind of black and white and kind of touching, and it's just I really, and Ben Orr, who did the vocal on that, he was kind of one of those guys that I think had a lot more talent than was able to be leveraged through, the leadership of Rick Ocasek. And Rick was great, of course. But Ben, Stay the Night was a single he had. His solo album was pretty good, I thought. Died way too young, of course, pancreatic cancer, if I recall right. And it's a shame. But yeah, Heartbeat City was just man. Can you remember Heartbeat City and MTV? I mean, they were like, my gosh, just the stuff that came out, and the videos were pretty wild that came out of that album. The songs that were like you might think are magic. They were just really great poppy songs, and I really, and the first album when I bought it, I can't remember if I said this in the video, I bought that first album when it came out and I played it to a few of my friends and they're like, I don't know if they're going to be anything. Of course, they said the same thing when I bought the first Queen album when they bought the first Kansas album. So I tended to somehow have kind of a little ear, I guess, and I would kind of pick up on these things, and it was always fun to do that. Let's see what we got here. I would have gotten a craft healer if I knew. Oh, wouldn't have gotten it. Okay. If you wouldn't have known they're going to do a 45. The 33 is pretty great. Okay, good. Hey, Jeff, how are you? I think most people don't realize Benjamin Orr sang lean on almost all the hits from first car. I know. Yeah, you're right. It is kind of crazy. Ben is, he's kind of in the background guy, but I think he's kind of like the George Harrison way. Yeah. Just when I needed. Yeah. Yeah. He was, yeah, I mean, he was just a guy that, just did his job, didn't need the accolades, but man, when Drive came out, it was just like that song just melodically I don't know, it just works for me. I've got I got to get your opinion on some stuff, guys, as well. Now that I think about it, guys and gals, if there's any gals out there, Malia. When I say guys, I'm from the North. Um, I mean people. I don't mean gentlemen or men. I just mean people. So when I say guys, that's what I mean. But I've got a lot of audio from a lot of things that weren't ever released. I've got a lot of instrumentals that were without the vocals. Stuff that I've gotten over my career through people I've been involved with in music and producers and radio stations and things. And, obviously I can't really bring that to the fore on YouTube. And I've been thinking about, putting it up on another platform. And of course, Patreon comes to mind only because that seems like the place where you can do that kind of stuff and kind of link it with YouTube as well. So I just don't. I'm going to try to put up probably a survey on my community post to see if there, what interest level there is in that. I mean, I just don't. It's a matter for me of not wanting to take all the time to do it, but I'm more than willing to do the time to share it if there's interest from others, because I think there's some pretty interesting stuff that's in there, including a first mix of Dark Side of the Moon from Alan Parsons that was done, and then they before they finalized it. So anyway, just something that I've been thinking about moving toward, providing some extra content behind that Patreon wall, and really just to honestly to get out of some of the YouTube machinations that you're limited by. Hello, Michael. How are you, my friend? Countdown to Ecstasy is now. Yeah. Yeah. There. Yeah. It should be soon. Yeah, it should be soon, I think. Well, I don't know if he did the ALAC transfer. I mean, he did obviously he did the mastering that got it to a digital file that got it to the vinyl for Universal. And I would assume that came out of the same package, so to speak, from Bernie as well. But there have been some slowdowns or been some delays in some of the physical product coming out for SACDs that I've seen, and now again, as you said, Countdown to Ecstasy is one that lagged because they released the vinyl in December, if I'm not mistaken. And I mean, Universal just came out with the LP, so I'm not shocked that they now have the digital master on Apple Music, because the vinyl was made from that as well. So that makes sense. Hey, Harry, how are you? Good to have you. Hope you're feeling well. Been thinking about you. By the way, I did get the record from you that I won at the auction. King Crimson, I believe it was, a double album. Thanks, Carrie. I appreciate it. And I loved your Chicago stuff. I know I've said that to you multiple times, but being a guy who came from that area, loved Chicago, interviewed the band, some of your stories are just interesting because I know some of them. Some are a little bit new. But and if you haven't heard of a band named Leonid and Friends, Leo Leonid Leonid and Friends, they are a great cover band for Earth, Wind and Fire Chicago. I have a link for them up on the channel feature on my page, my actual YouTube page. I actually have a link to yours site as well, Harry. Uh, and I have one to Leonid and Friends. So if you ever want to hear probably the best covers of Chicago I've ever heard, because the guy Leonid, he literally transcribed the music arrangements from listening to the music, listening to the records. He didn't take sheet music and do that. He really did it the old fashioned way, so to speak. And they're pretty amazing. They're from Russia, don't speak much English at all, but can sing. I've seen them and they're fabulous. They ever come to your area. Sorry, guys. Ugh, got this cough still lingering. Let's see what we got here. Spence. So, do I prefer the. I did not like the universal pressing of Can't Buy a Thrill at all. it, um, it was abrasive to my ears. I love the UHQR. That's all I'll play now is the UHQR of it. I could sell my OGs. And as far as CTA goes, yeah, it would be nice. I just got the 5.1 Quadio version of that. I haven't listened to it yet. And I have the mobile fidelity of that. And I will tell you, if you don't have Chicago 2 by Steven Wilson, the remix by Steven Wilson, get it. It totally opens that album up to something like you've never heard before. So, hang on, guys. I want to make sure I get my invite here. Anybody wants to join, come on screen. You can. You sure don't have to, but if it's your desire to. StreamYard is sluggish tonight for some reason. There we go. All right. Check them out. Yeah, I think you'll like them. Thanks, Hector. I appreciate it. I enjoyed it very much. There you go. You know it, Hector. Yeah, you're right. They are phenomenal. Asia UHQR show September. SAC do German manufacturing issues. That's true. They're coming out of Germany. That is true. Yeah, Pretzel Logic is late July, and then we've got Asia September and Gaucho beginning of December. I confirmed that with Chad yesterday, as a matter of fact, because Tim, University of Vinyl, implied that maybe a Pretzel was going to be skipped in lieu of Asia, and that's not true. Nick's here. Nick, unless you post $3, I don't really know you're here, just so you know. Inside joke, right? Anybody that's watching any of the auctions know that. Yeah, quick spec. That UHQR of Can't Buy a Thrill. Yeah, I mean, it just knocks my socks off. There, knocks my socks off. I love it. So Nick's done serving food to the Louisianians. Appreciate that. There's his bid of $3 for absolutely nothing. I'll just have to send you a record, Nick, since you bid on something. I'll just have to send you something. Hey, Caesar, how are you? Good to have you. Thanks for joining. Definitely going to compare the UHQR Asia to Cisco. Well, I'm glad you will, because I can't, because I don't have it, to be honest with you. I've got an OG, the AB, and I've got a Canadian yellow vinyl release of that, and I've got a Japanese, and I've got a UK and an EU, so I've got a lot of releases to check it against. But unfortunately, I don't have a Cisco. So there's hey, Nick. Oh, speaking of hey, Nick, here he is, the one, the only. Are you unmuted or muted? I can't tell.
I'm here.
There you go,
Testing.
buddy.
There we go.
How are
Hey,
you? Good to see you.
I am well. Thank you for asking. Great to see you.
Same here.
It's
I just
nice
had
to
to get
be.
I had to get back on the horse. I started making videos again, so
Oh,
it was
good.
time to
Yeah,
get back on the horse.
I caught your video on the cars, and
Yeah, thank you.
I had ordered it, and I don't know if you. Oh, I replied to the message the other day, and
Yeah.
Yeah, no, anybody wants a half dozen cars selfies?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Where did I put
So,
my notepad? You were just,
don't
oh,
know.
there it is. You were just talking about Chicago too?
Yes, Steve Wilson
Whoa.
remix.
And who pressed it?
I don't remember off the top of my head, but
Oh, how
it's
about the
good
bottom of your
stuff.
head?
Oh well, don't use that either. So Jerry is asking, same to you on Memorial Day there, Jerry. Is AP
Yes.
sticking to not releasing the 45 of Steely Dan's until all the UHQRs are gone? That is their current statement. And I don't, I'll be frank with you, I don't know for a fact if that's a contractual requirement with, with the contract they made with Steely Dan. I don't know if it's that if it's that precise that that's the case and that's why they said it, or they just want to get all of those sold because they don't want to hold them in inventory because of the
Yeah, that's
value.
probably it. They
I would think
probably don't want.
that's definitely true no matter what, right?
Yeah,
So
I think so because if they get, I if there's any of those I want, I think there's probably a couple of them. I'll wait for the 45s, and I like 45s anyway.
you're going to wait for the
I,
45s, or you're going to wait for the 33s? You said you're going to wait for
the
the
oh
45s.
33s.
Okay, that's what I thought you meant. Okay.
Yeah, got it
Yeah,
backwards. I've been bass backwards my whole life.
there you go. Well, Harry, I hope you get it tomorrow. I got mine earlier than I thought. It showed up on a Sunday morning, like at 8 in the morning. I'm like, what?
Wow.
My dog
Well,
was barking. I'm like, what the heck?
well, that's a
Yeah, it
well.
was.
Hey, your dog's gonna bark at the cars anyway,
Oh
right?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, good one, Nick. Ba
Yeah,
boom.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well,
I'm still
cars.
on the ball.
There you go. So you like the Cisco a little bit over the AB? Okay, well, it's good to know. Quick spec says hi, Nick. David, my reel
Hey,
to reel, the
peace.
first CSN is so good, better than any vinyl I've heard. I believe that, Harry.
Yeah,
I believe that. A good reel to reel tape, you just can't really beat it.
yeah.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
I had reel to reel back in '78,
Okay, now
and it,
he says he thinks Friday Music did it. I don't think so. So I've got to check, and the reason is I hate Friday Music. So, uh,
don't sugarcoat it. Just say what you feel, Dave.
well, I did a video on it, so
Yeah,
I,
I
I,
know.
I got it hanging out there. I don't.
That's
I guess I don't mess around. It's kind of like
well, that's all right.
I just call them like I see them. I guess is all I
Uh,
can say. It
You
was a
gotta
right. It
respect
was
it.
a Rhino. I thought it was a Rhino, but I didn't want to say it. It was a Rhino release and remastered by Kevin Gray, I might add. So it's a
The man would
Rhino, yeah. So it's a Rhino remixed by Steven Wilson, and remastered by Kevin Gray. It doesn't get better than that.
now for
And I'll
some
just
reason
it just hits it out of the park. It's just amazing.
I gotta reboot this because it's not coming up. I found this problem the other day. It's not showing
What's it not showing?
the keeping up with the live chat.
Oh, okay.
There we
I'm going to
go.
put a link into the Discogs link for that Steven Wilson. By the way, I put that in there.
Oh, okay. There it is. Great.
Yep, I'm waiting on those two, Harry. Hotel California MoFi, One Step, and Pretzel Logic. I guess Pretzel Logic's going to be July. Hotel California, I heard, is going to be June. So we'll see.
Okay.
Okay, so I put the release up there. Kevin J is the young Kevin G. Kevin Gray is an old guy. It's Ryan K. Smith that's the young guy.
Yeah.
Unless you were being facetious, Michael. But Kevin Gray is pumping him out like he's a young buck. I'll say that.
I'm telling you, the man that could change time, right?
Yeah, I mean he's got the right formula with that tube set up at Coherent Studios.
Yep. I got lucky on that War LP.
Oh, did you get that one?
Yeah, I couldn't
Greatest
find
hits.
it. Yeah, I couldn't find it anywhere, and then I found a listing on uh, shoot, found a listing, and they didn't know they listed it as CD and LP.
Hmm.
So, yeah, I was like, hmm. They wouldn't clarify. They said they didn't have access, so I
Wow.
just bought it and got lucky.
Yeah. So here, Quick Spec said Friday Music did two of the worst sounding pressings I've ever heard. Wedding Singer soundtracks 1 and 2. Yeah. Well, my guess is Kevin Rigoso was
Oh,
involved in that mastering.
well, that Chicago too is a little pricey.
Is it? I didn't look, to be honest with you. I
Uh, Out of Sweden, Netherlands, the United States, they want $200 for it.
what?
That's the link you gave me.
Well, I didn't look at the purchase. I mean, I think it's out of print. I got it for like 35 from Music
Well, of
Direct.
course you did.
Well, I got
How
lucky.
long ago? Yeah,
Probably 8 months ago.
really?
Let
Well,
me see. When did I put it in my eight? Sorry, 18 months ago. I'm sorry, 18
yeah,
months.
well,
Time
there's only,
flies with COVID.
yeah, no kid. Well, unless you have it.
Any word on Katie lied? She did. I
Over and
heard
over.
about that over and over again. Katie Light is coming after Gaucho, so it's going to be early 2024, probably March. FYI, that was skipped.
Hmm. I just, I like the music. I just don't like it enough to
Katie
go all
Light,
in on all of them. No,
yeah,
on all
yeah,
the Steely Dans.
yeah, me
I have,
either.
I think I have all the OGs except for Royal Scam
Harry, I got to tell
or
you,
Second Press.
yeah, exactly. Harry, I got to tell you, the mastering prices are extremely low. I think even Kevin has them on his site. I mean, I want to say it's under $1,000 an album, two sides, under.
Wow,
It's way cheaper than I thought it was.
wow.
But those guys can crank them out too. They know what they're doing. So
Yeah, that's just it. Anyone that's a master at their job makes it look easy.
Spence said, "I don't know how Kevin Gray even sleeps." You're right. I agree. And then he goes on Steve Westman to boot. You know, he's got time to talk with Steve Westman. Oh, by the way, I'll be on Steve Westman's shoot roundtable this Friday afternoon. By the way, so
Oh yeah, nice.
yeah,
What do you know what time?
it's 3 o'clock our time, Nick. 3 o'clock our
Oh,
time,
okay.
Friday. KG Masters in his sleep. Yeah, probably. There's there's three of the Wilson Chicago's on Discog starting at $62. He said so.
Yeah, I think this 62 pounds. Are they dollars?
I don't know how much it weighs, Nick.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I am, let's see. Let me go back to it.
Now I don't see. Yeah, the cheapest one I see is $80 shipped.
Let's see.
So
Oh
anyway,
yeah.
they're not in print. I know that.
No. There's one in Sweden, one in Netherlands, and one in USA.
Well, I'll have to get one when I go to Sweden next.
Yeah, I've been there. I've actually been to Sweden.
Have you? Yeah,
Great.
my corporate headquarters are there for the company I still
All
part
right.
time for. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful people. I was
Oh yeah.
treated
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, and the other thing that's great is they know English fluently, so it's just like you
Well,
feel right at home.
well, I was there in the early 80s, and their second language is English, but is some of it doesn't translate
No, not
that
exactly.
easy.
No.
Instead of, well, something like saying that the car doesn't have enough power to get up the hill, they'll say the car's tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still, that's better than my Swedish, right?
Exactly.
I had a great time when I was there. Wonderful, wonderful people.
Yeah. Yeah, Harry's obviously a Chicago collector, so
Oh, Harry loves Chicago.
I'll have to see. I've got. I could tell you do you have the MoFi of Chicago One, Harry? CTA, the original first album. It's unbelievable. It's really, really well done. Yeah, Chicago is, and then that was one of the albums that I brought out. Matter of fact, I may have it sitting right here. Yeah, I brought out with Friday Music. I said, "Oh, they did Chicago 17," which I think is a fabulous album. And I said, oh, they even made it a gatefold, you know, instead of it being like the inner jacket had that picture and
Right.
the lyrics. So, oh yeah, okay, they did that, and then the mastering of it sucks.
It's a shame.
So Lee Longhane, who is one of the I think I don't know if he's trombone or trumpet in Chicago, he was credited for mastering with Joe Ragoso. So I sent a note to Bobby Lamb a week ago, and I asked him. I said how much was Lee really involved in that? You know, the actual mastering. And he said, well, basically he got his name put on it. You know, it's kind of like, because I mean, no offense to Lee, but you know, he's not a mastering guy either. You know,
Right.
so so I said, yeah, that's what I figured happened. Uh,
Yeah, Harry, 17's good, but who has the best pressing of it? Who pressed the best one?
um, you know, the USOG is really good, as well as the UK one. The Japanese one is good. I mean, I really
Yeah.
haven't heard a bad one, to be
Oh,
honest
okay.
with you. Yeah, I mean, I really haven't
Nice.
heard a bad one. And one of my favorite engineers, Umberto Gattaca, is on that one. And I just love his engineering work. He does such good
Yeah.
work with when there's a lot of instruments. He really can bring that layering together. And Chicago needs it with all the horns, of
Yeah,
course,
that's
right? You know.
important. Absolutely.
See that?
25.
Haven't purchased Chicago because he's heard the songs 25 or 6 to 4 times already.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get
Hmm.
it.
Uh,
I knew what you meant when you said, I read what you were saying. I still said 25 just because I know the song so well. So,
yep.
but man, you know, you look at them and what their first 4 albums were multi albums, either double or I think the live one may have been 4 albums. You know, who as a group comes out with double albums right out of the gate like that? You
Amazing.
know, that's just a lot of material, you know.
Yeah, they evidently been doing it a long time before I guess they were afraid they wouldn't get the press at all. Little did they know, right?
Kevin charges about 3 to 3.50 an hour. Okay, he's gone up a little bit, not much. He was in the high 200s the last time I looked, but that was honestly before he had the new tube arrangement. So,
Yeah.
but still, that's not outrageous when you figure what producers charge and engineers and you know all these other
Yeah.
guys. That's
Yeah, I
still
think he's doing a great service to society, at least our society, right?
yeah. Yeah, but just think about the fact that now that's becoming an important part of the equation about what am I going to buy, right? You know, who did it? You know, who? It's
I
a good question.
I was talking to John last night, and I'd mentioned the fact that everyone is saying that they need to slow down on their purchasing. That it's getting it's hampering our wallets, and but they keep producing, and he keeps mastering, and just so much good materials coming out
Oh
that
yeah,
you know
oh
it's
yeah, yeah. Well, they're they were very much you know just I think what's happened now. Rhino kind of knows they can
yeah,
tell the good releases they've had came through him. So I think
yep.
they're just trying to really gather as much of that as they can.
Well, yeah, they want to get in on it. There's so many people doing it now, and vinyl's come back so much that the people pressing now are saying, "Hey, me too." You
Yeah.
know, of fear of missing out, FOMO.
Yeah, good old FOMO.
Hmm.
Yeah, Harry, they were called the Big Thing when they first became a band because I lived in the Chicago area and my cousin took me to see
Yes, sir.
them in 67. I was like 10 years old and he took me to this concert at this little club in Chicago. And that's who they were. And then later on, they became Chicago, obviously. But yeah, man, Terry's an amazing guitarist. Just amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
Junkyard. Yeah, he says double album price was the same as a single album. Yeah, I think it probably was. If not, I mean, it was at least within a buck. If not the same, it was,
Yeah.
you know, $5.98, $6.98. They used to have those on the spine of the record. They have the
Yeah.
actual retail price on there.
Now it's what?
George Pardon
Uh,
charges $3 an hour, and that's just to be on Rachel's show.
yeah.
No, that it is hard to keep up. There's so many
Yeah,
good pressings. Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what I was saying.
that's fair.
Absolutely.
It's fair. Yeah.
Yes. And a lot of people are also, there's so much good stuff coming out, and we're purchasing so much. We have a stack of music we haven't been able to listen to
Oh yeah. No,
just
I've
because it keeps, stacking up.
yep. Stacks of wax. That's what they used to call it.
Yep, stacks of wax. I know. And then we come back to what I always uh, cry about is time. Who has the time? Oh, Chicago. Time. Who has the time?
Does
Stop.
anybody
Oh,
really know what
stop.
time it is?
I don't know what time it is. But yeah, it comes down to, do you have enough time to listen to the music before more music comes in? Oh, I forgot I ordered that. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's stuff that will show up, and I'm like, I forgot I ordered this.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Stuff you ordered, a year ago even. You
Yeah.
know, but and those are always nice surprises because once you forget about where is it, then it's a nice surprise.
So, Michael, you're talking about the Audio Technica LP30. Have you seen the ATLP3? It's an automatic, and it's like 230 bucks. It's a great. It's way better than the AT60, which is like 199. But it's got a regular kind of tone arm and anti-skate and everything on it, and a decent cartridge. I'd say for the few extra bucks, you might look at that one.
Who's who's this tech? Oh, here it is.
Techniques
Yeah.
LP30. LP30 is a manual, I think. Yeah, exactly. Harry, Chicago without Terry, the before and after of like the Doobie Brothers. Steely
Yeah.
Dan had a little bit of that with Michael McDonald too.
Yeah.
The phases kind of thing.
Well, it changes the character of the group.
Chicago can poach Arnel Pineda. I'll have to listen to that for the Peter Cetera sound. Yeah, they got rid of Bill Champlain, so he's been gone for a while. I didn't like the fact that they got rid of Danny Seraphin, though. I thought he was a great drummer. He was an early guy. And I know there was the whole thing about he didn't want to rehearse a lot when he was touring, but that was a shame. Not be able to buy everything. Records will just sit in inventory, and eventually they'll figure out the market is too saturated. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's at some point.
Well,
You're right.
that's the FOMO. It's the other side of it. You're afraid
Yeah,
of missing out, and you start producing. Then, you know, to every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction eventually. It's just when is that going to happen?
yeah.
And then we go back to the scarcity thing.
The smoker you drink, the player you get from Analog. You ordered that, and it had. I didn't see that one. But it's
Oh
kind
my
of
God.
funny that. Yeah, okay. Wonder why that's taken so long. That's an
Mhm.
interesting one. Yeah, Danny was awesome, Harry. You're right. But I'll tell you, that guy Leonid, the drummer that's the drummer for Leonid, that cover band, he mimics him just dead on,
Yeah,
dead on.
never again.
Harry said he spoke with Jimmy Pankow once and asked if Peter would ever be back in the band, and he said Peter will never be in this band again. No, absolutely not. Yeah, absolutely not. Peter, as if his head wasn't big enough, when they did Chicago 17 and he did a couple of videos, when they did the one for Along Comes a Woman, and it was like an Indiana Jones look-alike in black and white, he thought himself an actor at that point. And he just finally, he was on the edge about going solo, and he was like, he thought he had the world by the tail, and that was the end of that.
Yeah.
LP60, no counterweight and can't upgrade to cart. Leonid also does Floyd. Yeah. Yeah, I know that's the problem with the LP60. The LP3 does have a counterbalance and a decent Audio Technica cartridge, and it's an automatic. Just to mention, it's kind of it's not known very much. They don't make a lot of them, but I got one from my son-in-law, and it's a really nice, like middle of the road kind of table.
The LP60.
LP3.
Oh yeah, the LP3.
LP3 is a little known Audio Technica. They don't market it much. Yeah, they're not selling out. You're right.
I'm a Riga. I like my Riga.
Yeah, what do you get? Which one you have? A P what? 6?
I don't have a P anything. I have an
Really?
RP6.
RP6. Okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit older, but the basic concept is it goes round at the right speed with a decent,
No, Peter.
arm.
Yeah, Terry Peter was not married to Amy Grant. He did a duet with her, but she was married to Gary Chapman. Because I'm into Christian music. She was married to Gary Chapman. He had drug issues. They got divorced, and she married Vince Gill
Yeah.
after he was on her House of Love album. So I can tell you that they weren't married. I don't know who Peter was married to, but I know it wasn't Amy Grant. But they did do a popular duet together. Hello there, stereo.
Good evening.
Not a quad kind of guy, just a stereo.
I like a lot of the quad mixes.
Yeah,
They're different
they're
than
different.
stereos. I like them. Yep.
Yeah,
I think I have probably 7 or 8 quads, and I
uh-huh.
prefer most of those over the stereo cuts.
Yeah. Well, if you have a 5.1 or a Dolby, the SQ and the QS it will do decoding for. It won't do CD4, but
Right.
the Matrix ones it will to some degree. No problem, Harry. But yeah, it's
Harry.
I'm gonna throw my invite.
You leaving, Harry?
No, he said hello. He didn't say goodbye.
Oh, you say hello,
And I say
and
goodbye.
I say
Of course, you could
goodbye.
really confuse a person. Say aloha. You don't know what the hell they're really saying.
Yeah.
It's like
Shalom.
shalom.
Yep.
You saying you want a piece of me? No, not that kind of piece.
Hey, Harry, you having another auction soon? And I always catch Harry's auctions.
Yeah, Harry's, Patrick's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
found.
well those are my local stores.
Yeah, well,
And Harry's in California. Well, so's Patrick.
no, Harry's in Washington State, I think.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
They're
it's
both on the coast, but
West Coast. Yeah.
West Coast, yeah. So,
Yeah, they're close. They're closer as a source than the 4 hour south.
it's terrible.
Yeah, well, the only days I get to take a ride would be on Sunday, and record stores are closed on Sunday.
Yeah, hang on here.
LP3 no ground.
Georgia
Does
car
both. Does it
shootout.
moving
Question.
and cars? Okay.
Clicking synced with the drums in the intro. Clicking synced with the drums in the intro.
Oh, nice quad mix. Nice, Jerry C.
I have to look at that. I have to listen for that. I'm not honestly sure, stereo. I'm trying to recall. It didn't jump out at me, so it's either it isn't there and I didn't notice, or I'm so used to it I didn't make a note of it.
Yeah, there's a few records that are like that where you think it's something wrong with the LP, and it's the music itself.
Yeah, yeah. I actually have the quad mix of Dark Side of the Moon, German copy.
Really, I
Yeah,
heard it's pretty good.
it is very good. It is very good. Whoop.
I don't have my forever copy. Not yet. I
Oh,
keep looking.
yeah. Harry said he's going to be selling the Pacific Audio Show. That's end of the month, Harry, I think. Is
Yeah,
that right?
yeah. I've missed a few on his last one. I think I have the one of the. As Patrick, he'll tell you how slow my internet is. I have to start bidding today for a Sunday auction.
You did. You put $3 in earlier, so you're
Yes.
already there. Michael, I don't know if the LP Gree has no ground. I can't recall setting it up for him, to be honest with you. But like I said, look into it just because it's a not as well known model, but I think value wise, it's a really good value. Anybody that's buying an LP 60, I tell them to look at it because it's so much better than the 60.
What did they go for? You don't mind me asking. You're muted.
I was
You're muted.
coughing, sorry.
Oh, okay.
230, about 240, somewhere in there.
Oh, that's not bad.
Quick specs in California. Yeah, I think I know that.
California.
Oh, he was married to that blonde gal. Yeah, that's right.
Okay. God bless you.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm just getting over a cold.
Oh,
Almost sounds like Click Track. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to listen to it. I don't recall it. June 23rd to 25th. Thanks. Yeah, I thought I was going to be in South Africa that week, and it turns out now it's in July. So I could have gone, still could go, just haven't. I don't know who all's coming out for that. Obviously, Mazzy's probably going to be there. You're going to be there. Anybody else coming out from beyond the Washington area, Harry?
I think Patrick. They were last night. They were talking about going somewhere.
No.
I think
In-group.
Patrick was.
In-Groove has LP3 in stock. I'll be darned. That's cool. Is it like 240? I don't.
Let's take a
I haven't
look.
looked recently. But I think I paid 220 on Amazon back, and we're talking over a year ago.
That's an
Probably
Audio Technica.
Yep.
Let's see.
I mean, it's just
LPW.
LP3. I don't know if the W usually means color. I don't know if that's a W, but
Okay.
three.
That's 329.
LP3?
LP3 black, fully automatic belt drive,
Yeah.
250.
250. Okay, I said
Yeah.
240.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the LP.
Inflation.
Yeah, the LP60 is 140.
Oh, really? That's gone down. Well, does it have, if it doesn't have USB or if it doesn't have
Well, yeah,
if it
I
doesn't
did
have
click on.
Bluetooth,
Yeah, that's just the
the table.
fully
Okay.
automatic belt drive.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, but I still think the 60 is it just doesn't have enough my friend Wax is going to be there and Poetry are going up to okay. I'm sure Wax and I can get along. No
Oh
doubt.
yeah.
No doubt. We get along, we email, The Fluence RT81, I have that. I have a Fluence RT81. The only reason I brought up the Audio Technica is it's fully automatic if you want a fully automatic as opposed to a manual. Yeah, but the Fluence RT81 is good. I've got one. I like it.
I was looking for a second deck for to put in my restaurant. I don't want to get stupid expensive, but I don't want to.
Hello, concert buddy.
Hey,
He said, who in that crew is going to be holding the camera? Wait, it's not an orgy? My bad. Oh, my gosh.
There you go.
Chance, you need to come as well. Well, he just did the Seattle scene not long ago.
Yeah, he was out with Mazzy, wasn't he?
I think he was.
Yeah.
He was with Harry,
He went
too.
to Mazzy's house. That's right.
He was with Harry, too. Yeah, I think he did a whack-a-mole with him.
Mm-hmm. Mazzy let him out of the dungeon.
Yeah, well, if you want to do a whack-a-mole in the bathroom, you better run.
Yeah. God. Stop. No
Oh,
sex.
you put an okay, you put a 2M blue. Okay, good. Yeah, I think it comes with a Audio Technica or something, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I put
probably
an
so.
Accutex 410E. That's what I put, Accutex 410E, because I have that on both my tables now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking for someone that's into classical and 78s. I inherited somehow a whole bunch of LPs that were they're pressed in England for the English market by a German orchestra.
I know a guy that does 78s exclusively. I will email you his information.
Okay,
He's
because
a
I
he knows the market inside out. If they're worth anything, he'll know it and he'll want them.
yeah, okay, great. I appreciate that because
Yeah.
I don't have anything to play them on, and I'm not. They look immaculate. They really do. They look really nice, well
Yeah.
kept.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm not a big classical guy, and I wouldn't know who's what, and
Yeah,
I
I
don't have a
wouldn't
table
either.
to spin them on. But I want them to go to a nice home somewhere. That's
Wow.
for sure.
No jazz for me, says Concert Buddy. I'm still bruised from the last waxed virtual
Well,
lashing. Hey, we got to look here, Concert Buddy. Is our buddy Colecco doing an auction tonight? When we did a live stream, we ended with going on and watching their auction and how ridiculously high people were paying for auction records. It was outrageous.
yeah.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, Harry, but how do you get both speeds to play at the same time to get to 78?
And half of 33 is 16 and two thirds, and that was the speed for records at one time. Also,
Yes.
can't find anything with them anymore, but
Thanks, Caesar. Yeah, poetry would be good. I don't have his email address, but I'll catch him on one of the live streams, I guess.
yeah, yeah, poetry would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, that watching an auction and people paying just outrageous prices was.
Yeah.
We're going. That's a $5 record, and the guy'd go 19.99, and somebody'd buy it. It's like,
Yep. Well, sometimes an education is expensive.
yeah, but this
I mean,
happens, like 3 or 4 nights a week. This happens over
well,
and
yeah.
over, and I mean, and it's like a lot of the same people. It's like they must be independently wealthy.
Well, if you don't have a place to educate yourself, you don't have, you're not in the market to go shop and see what they go for in your local, you don't know. I wouldn't know the difference between a $5 album and a $15 album if I didn't watch these auctions and
Sure.
such and look at the market. The used market, who knows? It's whatever they're willing to spend. Where do you think my $3 bid came from? I've won a few, and there have been decent albums. Just a
Yeah, what used to be, yeah,
happenstance.
yeah. No, that's true. I mean, what used to be a $5,000 used car is now a $12,000 used
Yeah,
car too.
right.
So,
It's crazy. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. You go to the store to pick up a few things, you better have quite a few dollars in your pocket.
yeah.
Uh,
Well, I know some of the stuff on Mike's whatnot gets out of hand too, price wise.
yeah, yeah,
But that's the market will bear.
yeah.
16-inch records were produced long ago. That's right, first records. You're right. Yeah. So it's gone quite the history. There was a interesting article or video in the Wall Street Journal about vinyl taking off today, and they talked about some of the new presses at Universal in Nashville. They got like 23 new presses from Sweden.
Really?
Yep, that's going to be a huge capacity gain.
Yeah, it's nice to have capacity. Now you got to figure out how to do the quality.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, there's two different beasts.
Oh yeah. Turntable had the flipping needle for 78s. Yep, and it did. Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
those days. I remember those needle flips. I also remember the tone arm was probably, putting down 7 grams onto that record and making
Yeah.
its own grooves too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. They're digging for gold.
I don't know what speed transcription records are, to be honest with you. They may be that slower speed to get, more information on them because, fidelity isn't the most important aspect on those.
Yeah, not with the spoken word. I've
No, not at
I've
all.
matter of fact, I picked up some spoken word T.S. Eliot, uh
Yeah.
stuff like
Elliot.
that.
Oh no, that's
Yep.
I'm thinking ET when I
No.
said
Elliot.
Yeah, you're thinking you did that well.
Elliot.
Are you sure you're of this world?
E.T. 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 Phone home.
Oh, that was good.
used to be in radio. I have to do all that crap.
Oh, okay.
I had to do all of those kind of voices. Cassettes are
Oh, matter
coming
of fact,
back. Yeah.
it was what's his name's birthday today? Uh, did Foghorn Leghorn, did all the cartoon characters. Mel
Mel
Blanc.
Blanc.
Yep, it's his birthday
I
today.
say, boy, you got to get out of there, boy.
Well, one of my favorites.
Yeah, he was fabulous, wasn't he? He
Yeah.
was also Barney Rubble.
Yep. I would love to hear some of the X-rated stuff. They had to have done it.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
right? They had to, but it either got burned or buried or because let's face it, it was just too funny to not have done it.
Yeah. Caesar, I know what you're saying about those guys saying that's a $20 record, but sometimes it's the market and where you live. Like in LA, I think there's just so much stuff that's out there. It's just a
Yep.
different world.
Yeah. There's one place where a guy, it's kind of like a flea market place. They have little booths, everybody has a little booth. And he has, I don't know, a few thousand records there to sell. And the pricing is just stupid. It's new LP pricing. I'm like,
Really?
what? Yeah, I'm not gonna buy from you. I don't care what it is.
Yeah.
He thinks everything he's got on the shelf has got scratches in it, and he's wanting $10
Well,
for it. I'm like, what is wrong with you?
Whatnot, when it first came out, when the bid button was in the bottom right corner of your phone, and
Yeah.
you'd go to pick up your phone and you'd hit bid.
You bid.
Now you got to slide it over because I was trying to bid one time and it wasn't working. I didn't realize you have to touch it and slide it. Now they got
Yeah,
smart.
it's evolved. It's evolved some like most things that are prosperous. You have to evolve because you would get so many complaints, you'd waste too much manpower trying
Yeah.
to fix it
Yeah.
when you could fix it in the app.
I remember taping a coin onto my tone arm to not make it not skip. I do remember that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
We are just that old. What's this?
Boy makes more noise than a skeleton throwing a fit on a tin roof. I'm not okay. I got to figure out what that one's about. But Michael, maybe you can clue me in.
I don't know what that is.
I wish I lived near Record Safari. And where is Record Safari, Harry?
I don't know.
Africa?
Yeah, that's what my guess.
I bless the rains down in Africa.
Stop. There's so many of those. I love it.
Uh,
Where's it at? LA?
yeah, I don't know where that's at. I mean, I know Amoeba. I've heard of Amoeba.
I must listen.
Oh, L.A.
too much
Okay, you said
news.
L.A. Okay.
I'm sure,
Yeah,
like any big city, you gotta know.
I want to go to L.A. and there's a reason I want to go to L.A. That's right, boy. I say don't go buy them records for no $50, boy. Gee, Rocky. How about this? I'm gonna go to
Oh, I hate that rabbit.
Hate what?
Hates that rabbit.
Yeah. Ooh.
That's a Record Safari documentary.
Be very, very quiet. One wabbit. Bah.
Duck season.
Record Safari documentary. Oh, really? Where is that on? Stereo? What is Amazon Prime or what's it on?
Any reason you didn't go back, Harry? It's free on YouTube now.
It's free on YouTube now. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I gotta go to a Record Safari. I gotta go to a Record
Has
Safari.
anybody else
Beatles
noticed,
song.
like, the number of commercials on YouTube has quadrupled?
It sure seems like it.
Yeah, it's just so aggravating. It's like, stop already. I'm not about to give them a ton more money on top of what they make now.
No, I know. See what we got here from Caesar. I think they overpay the most.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sometimes you got to pay a premium if you
you
want it and you don't have access.
Yeah, the problem is if it's sight unseen, you know what I mean. Then you're going by the reputation
Yeah.
and grading of the, and I haven't found Coleco to be accurate. They're a little I'll say liberal in their they say something's near mint and it's probably VG
Yeah.
or VG plus. People throw around near mint, way too
Yeah.
easily.
I've purchased a couple LPs. I've purchased more than a bunch of LPs on eBay, and I've had two instances where I said no, and I had no problem sending it back and getting my money back.
Mm.
It's just the hassle of having to do it,
Mm. Yeah.
But I've been lucky on Discogs, but I haven't bought a whole lot on Discogs. But I've been very fortunate there.
Mm.
But I had the greatest record store day ever.
Yeah.
And there's not one within 400 miles of me. I happened to be on, Rachel came on one night, and Patrick showed up and started giving away records.
Mm.
And I had a bunch of us had a great record store day. It really, I was truly sad because there was a couple of things I wanted to get this past record store day and just couldn't get any of them, and ended up getting a couple of nice records from Patrick. That was
So
very
you got
kind.
that Taylor Swift one then?
No, I didn't get any Taylor Swift.
Oh, okay.
But from what I understand, she's a great advocate for the music industry.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, once you get some good people on, Discogs you can trust, then it's good.
Yeah, yeah.
Like anything else. Wow. See, that's good. That's a conservative grader, Harry. That's what I like.
Yeah, there you go. That's the way to do it.
Okay, Caesar, if you live there, go.
Yeah, go.
Go and do a live Facebook feed where we can watch you, or
Yeah, that'd be
live
cool.
YouTube or something.
Yeah. Those are always I like
Can
when
I
people,
do Beavis and Butt? No, I can't do Beavis and Butthead. That was not one that I. That was after the time when I was into all my voices.
Well, we can do Beavis and Butthead. It just won't sound like them.
Oh yeah. The problem's going to be neither one of us is going to want to be Butthead, but it's
No. Great price. Nice. Let's see, that was some.
Stereos in San Diego, yeah. From Alex online several. Alex, concert buddy, is Alex a seller on Discogs?
Pomona, okay. Hey, John, long time no see. Like last night. We went for a walkabout.
Oh, did you?
Well, yeah, he walked about and I joined him virtually. Yeah, it was kind of late too, but Alex Record Safari. Oh, Alex is from Record Safari. I got you.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Hey, hit that like button while you all are out there.
Oh yeah, I never think of that. Thanks, Nick. I got
Yeah, no worries.
never think of that.
I'm a team player.
I got 10, 11. I got a few.
Yeah, I
That's
see
half.
22.
I see 22 people on the thing. I
Yeah.
don't see 22 likes, but
Yeah, well, we're working on it.
that's good. That's still over half.
And
That's
I like your math, not.
what?
Wait,
I got.
how many did you
I
see?
showed 12, and we got 22
Oh,
people.
okay. Mine only shows 6.
Oh, mine shows 12.
Okay,
Guess you
well,
got to
yours-
refresh. Guess you got to refresh to see that.
Yeah, maybe yours is the computer of truth.
I'm gonna watch a documentary. I've got it queued up and saved, Harry. Thank you. I did that while we were there.
Yeah, I didn't do that. Who's that on? Records,
cool.
YouTube. Record Safari. Okay, see if I can find it. Yes, it's
Let's see. I wanted to see what my.
there. We go. Oh, there's a few of them on there. Look at that. But
Are
this
they?
is the documentary's from a year ago.
I don't know.
Yeah, the full documentaries from a year ago. 240,000 views, hour and 42 minutes.
Hmm.
Okay, cool.
Okay, I'm gonna watch that for sure.
Watch that later.
Yeah. Wax
Yeah.
took you there. Okay. Probably took you to Amoeba as well, I would imagine. It's the one I've heard about the most, I guess.
Yeah, I've heard of those.
Well,
I got a copy of the Chet Baker, the mono pressing record store day.
yep.
Did you get that one? That is such a wonderful LP. I got it out from a shop in Ohio. There it is. That's a wonderful record.
Where you said you got it from?
A shop in Ohio. I couldn't find it. I'm telling you, I'm out in the middle of nowhere. You got to take a P-row to find me. You know where the P-row is, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
I found this old. This was in a record store day UFO
Really?
one at another place in an Ultravox one from a previous
Oh,
record store day as well. There was a place down in Houston that just had tons of record store day stuff from
Nice.
this year and previous ones.
really?
So
Yeah, I was looking for the Belladonna, and there's no hope.
I
for
know.
that.
I looked for you as well.
Yeah, and now they're asking $100. I'm like, nah, I have too much music to. I mean, I have an OG of the original, not the live, and okay, that'll suit me. I can buy almost three other records for that. But
So Harry's famous. He got a
yeah,
guy came up to him. I had that happen at the record show here in Dallas. A couple of guys came up to me. It was kind of like, hey, yeah, I know who you are. I'm like,
did you
okay.
just hand him your wallet and say, "Don't hurt me"? No.
No.
They weren't mugging you.
No.
Okay.
Argentinian rock.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is such a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Don't speak.
Sure.
Okay.
Howlin' Wolf, good.
Yeah.
I heard it was good, but I didn't buy it. I haven't heard it, but I've seen it. Oh, so Amoeba was feeling their oats, I guess, huh? Stop Making Sense did come out as a UH car, but is getting another. Stop Making Sense did come out as a UHQR. I did not know that.
No.
Yeah, I know it's getting. Matter of fact, Rhino's coming out with that. I'm sure it's Kevin Gray on the mastering. Yeah, Stop Making Sense is one of the best live albums ever, in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah, and I saw the movie as well. It was a great concert movie, and I don't like live records. I don't like live very much at all, but that one is an exception.
Yeah. Well, they're usually not recorded that well.
Yeah, that was.
Yet there are a few.
Records of Fari. He did tell me he wasn't a fan of the Waxed. Well, guilt by association, then, I guess.
Yeah.
Do I shop at NTX Vinyl in Dallas? Yes, I do. I know G.I. Sanders. I interviewed him on my channel very early when my channel was starting about a year ago. So, yeah, he does. He has some great stuff in his shop, and he's a great guy. I bought quite a bit of stuff from him. Yeah, I asked Rob, as you might know who he was. He says he's not a fan of yours. Rob said it could be any one of 1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rob's own mother. Anyway, so I knew what you meant. Quick spec.
Oh, too funny.
The
Yeah,
Amoeba
G.I.'s
Triangle. All 3 shops in 2 days. Oh, you got caught up in the Amoeba Triangle. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Absolutely.
G.I. is a cool dude. Yeah, G.I. is quite the entrepreneur. And,
They-
I've,
You know,
yeah.
when he got caught up in the triangle, they didn't suck his brain out. They sucked his wallet out.
Oh, yeah, well,
That's
They
what
s-
those aliens do.
see you coming.
Gotta run. Hey, Harry. Good to see you.
Hey,
Or hear
Harry,
you.
good seeing you, buddy. Take care of yourself. Stay well. Yeah, Harry's a good guy. Enjoy his
Hey,
stuff.
The other night he pulled something very uncharacteristic.
What was
He was on screen. He said goodbye to everybody. Have a good evening. And then he left the screen. You know how he usually exits, right?
Yeah,
He's just gone.
right.
So I think he bumped his head. I send you some hearts. Can you see those hearts? Or am I just the only one?
Well, I'm not. I'm watching on the
Nice.
StreamYard, so
Oh, okay.
I see him on YouTube. Yes.
Oh, okay. With this thing. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
let
good
me
to.
try. Oh, okay.
So I've
Well, I
got.
don't see him. I'm on,
What?
I thought I was on StreamYard. Let me try that.
You were. And there goes Nick.
There I
There
am.
comes Nick.
Yep.
You came and went.
Oh, I see me.
I see you now too.
Oh, okay.
I
Now.
have two. I have 2 of you actually.
Oh,
I have
that's
Nick.
scary.
I have Novus Nick and Nick at Night. What do you think? You're a television station?
Not just a star.
Oh,
My
are you?
own imagination.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Yep. Now, StreamYard, where's the private chat? I don't see.
Do I have a
Uh,
VIDI that goes over my hi-fi setup?
I see. Comment.
I don't know what you mean, but I actually do have a television up there on the top of my rack. The reason is I have a 5.1 system, so I need that for my Blu-ray and DVD 5.1s. So that's why.
All right. Been out of the loop for a while.
Mm.
Didn't realize. Oh, drama. That supposed drama about who was it? Mazzy and Wax and Michael. Are you familiar with that?
I'm familiar with
It,
I guess
it was an
I get it.
auction,
Oh, with
and
Mazzy. Oh, I remember that. Yes, where
yeah.
I saw that on that Dave somebody did a parody, not a parody, but he replayed it.
Oh, I missed that. I saw. I've seen a few things. I'm like, that thing was what, a month ago? And I can't believe it's still alive. I can't believe there's hard feelings over it. It's a shame it what went down, and a 45 was asking a question and then putting a price when it appeared as if he was only questioning and putting a price. Don't know if he was bidding or not, and that's where some of the confusion came in.
Right. Yeah, he said
You know?
40 if it's he said 40 if it's a first press.
Right.
Is what he said.
Right. And it was like, well, I've never seen bidding done that way on a live auction.
No. No, you can
know?
ask, is it a first press?
Yeah, you can ask,
But
and
you don't
then,
want to put the money in there. So
right, you don't.
I couldn't
both.
tell. Yeah, I couldn't tell if it was a commentary or a bid.
Well, I'm the guy that was in the middle of that because I ended up winning the record.
That's right. I remember
Yeah.
hearing that.
And no, I don't believe it was the first press. Because when I did the wax numbers, and I later reached out to 45 and asked them if you wanted it, because he seemed to really want it. I had a pressing of it already, so I'm sure he probably got 3 pressings of it, but he was looking for an OG. So, but I just can't believe that thing's still alive, and here I am perpetuating it. And I'm sorry,
That's
but
okay.
it just it's a shame now. And now it appears that feelings have been hurt and are unmendable, and I think it should be mendable. I've always tried to be the
Yeah.
peacemaker,
No, I
and
understand.
not hold things. You got to remember and let things just
Things can get out of hand pretty
let
quick,
it go.
unfortunately.
And another thing that I don't have any enemies in the VC or any enemies that I know of anywhere. But I think the language barrier thing, trying to place myself, trying to think of it in my language and converting it to another, the time lapse it takes to do that, because I don't speak another language, it's got to be difficult and compounded with, So.
Well, and some of these auctions, in my opinion, don't have as specific a set of rules that I think they should have, that I'm used to when I've been on other auctions or had auctions. Things seem to get a little bit unwieldy. Now, Patrick's, I think, are pretty well managed. But Mazzy's are a little. It just seems like there's just.
Well, I missed the first couple of Mazzies, and then he had instituted a U.S. only, but
yeah, which to me at that point, if Michael's bidding, he's from another country, so unless he has established that he has a U.S. place to send it to,
and he does, most of the guys do.
Okay,
that bid on these auctions, they do have someone in the States. They just have to really clarify it in the beginning.
Oh, yeah, right.
And not wait until there's something they want.
So you just send it to Chad, I guess.
Well, yeah, that's
probably.
Mazzy claims he's done that for him before.
Yeah.
But I think that all that needs to be clarified up front because, you get all these special circumstances and Mazzy and me and others. We're pleasers. We like to please people, and you can't always change everything to please everyone. And it's just, And if you miss the beginning, you miss the ground rules, and because
Well, they
I don't
don't,
always
you know,
come in
they
the
don't always
beginning.
keep up with what's going on. So,
Yeah,
like
it's hard.
when Michael's first comment came out, it should have been stop. Is that a bid or a comment?
Right. Well,
So
a
that's what
bidder
should have.
can't stop anything. In my
No, no,
opinion, they don't
no,
have that power.
not a
Yeah.
bidder. No, no, not a bidder. Mazzy or the his friend or whatever.
Right.
The
Yeah.
people watching it should have established is that a bid or not. Ask the
Right.
question. But the gallery was trying to answer, which they have no power.
Right. And the other thing is, let's say you got 200 records you're trying to push. Well, that could last, for a week. If you allow it, you have to set time limits on
Well,
each
yeah.
record, or otherwise you're going to be there for a month of Sundays.
Yeah, well, just say if you're putting in numbers, I consider it a bid.
Right, right.
That's the
And
easiest way to end that.
yeah, and
He
it's,
he shouldn't be
ask,
making recommendations to anybody else, right? But you can't conditionalize a bid either.
yeah,
You can ask
exactly.
a question, is it a
Yep,
first press? But to
yep,
conditionalize a bid on that, I don't think I've never seen that before.
yeah.
That's a
And,
bridge that's a
just
bridge too far, I think.
it's a learning curve. I
It
mean,
is.
every time a new
And
person
maybe
that starts selling records, there's a learning curve. Anytime you do something new, there's a learning curve, and things happen.
right.
And I wish everyone could just, you know,
Can't we all just get
get over
along?
with. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So Music Sanctuary had a question. I kept it up because I wanted to answer him.
Oh,
Do you
okay.
listen to my DVD audio on 5.1? Yes, I do. I have an Oppo that plays basically anything. But he
Yeah.
said, if so, why do you have for music discs? Maybe you mean what do I have for music discs?
Yeah,
And I have a
think so.
lot, so I don't know how to answer that.
Yeah.
Um, uh, have you guys? Yes, that's the Davy Strange. Yeah, that's the one I was talking about, his site. The comment section is something else. Excuse me. Even has
Yeah.
my favorite troll posting multiple users again. Okay, I'll have to check that out. I didn't look at the comments. Which Eagle sounds better, the MoFi or the original? Well, I don't know. There's 3 or 4 Eagle ones out now. I will tell you the first album, I think the MoFi sounds better than the OG. I have Desperado,
Really?
but honestly hadn't opened it. I didn't buy One of These Nights or the White Album, the ones that's white. I can't remember the name of it. But anyway, so I can only comment on the first one, and it's excellent. A lot of water was flowing under the bridge before the auction. Probably that happens.
Yeah.
Thanks, Quick Spec. Good to
Hey,
see
Jason.
you. Too much talking.
Good to see you.
Not
I
enough
hadn't seen
selling.
you in
Yeah.
a while.
You're right, Music Sanctuary. That's the thing. A lot of stuff going on and not focusing on the comments, which are ones that are related to bidding. I
Yeah.
think that's what you got to focus on for sure.
When will we get to Hotel California?
I've heard June.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking in code through emojis. The seller should have clarified to begin with the first pressing. Yes. I was going to say the whole thing really stems to a lack of clarity on the pressing itself, but there are times that people will ask a question that are outside of it. It's like earlier today someone asked me, "Well, who did the Steven Wilson thing?" And I couldn't remember. It was Rhino, so I had to go look it up. Now, if I'd have had it in front of me, I'd have seen it. I mean, it's a little different, but I do think that is a lot of times there's not enough information. And when you have people that are going to be that specific about what they want to bid on, then it becomes relevant.
But then it becomes more of a business as well, because I would like to know that I'm bidding on
Jason.
X, Y, or Z, and it's the first pressing done, whatever. And I'd like to have all that information, but then you've created it into a business, and it's going to take a lot longer to unload your records.
Yeah,
You really, and I don't think
June, Joe.
there's a different piece. Mazzy knows a lot, but he doesn't know the information as readily as, let's say, Patrick for
Right.
selling
I
records,
agree.
and so Patrick can sell twice as many records with the knowledge. He's recorded it. He knows the dead wax, and he knows the record, inside and out. And Mazzy has these huge number of records he's trying to sell for his friend or his man friend
Yeah.
that he's not that intimate with that music. So it's a difficult position.
Yeah. He said the OBC was upset that he wouldn't skip to Europe. Well, that's his prerogative, as long as he's upfront about that. I think
Yeah.
that's it is a hassle in some ways, and so
It's expensive too.
yeah. Well, the buyer's going to pay it. That's one thing, but
Right.
risk. I mean, it's just there's variables,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'll sell to the U.S. contiguous states and Puerto Rico. That's what I sell to. Period. I have that.
And that's your prerogative, like you
Yeah.
said,
Yeah.
and just don't show up if you don't, if they're not going to sell to you, you don't show up. Now, if you're showing up just to have a good time and listen to information, that's different.
Yeah, chance. That's the thing about getting involved in somebody's spouse, and that's way over the top. I think that's yeah. I don't know. That just is crazy. But I didn't know some of the stuff that had gone on. I'd heard. I never saw it. So it was fact it was good to at least be able to kind of see how it unfolded in real time. Now, I got to admit, one of the things that was a mystery to me was how Wax didn't see those bids or comments from Michael on his end.
That's what I was just trying to relay to you about 15 minutes ago. Why am I not getting some of these scrolls that you're reading and I'm not seeing it on my iPad? So it does happen. I mean, I've seen it, and then I've had to go out, refresh, close down, and come back, and I'm like, oh, there it is. So I've witnessed information not showing up in the peanut gallery area.
Yeah, I bid on stuff at times, and the bid didn't come through, so I know, it does happen.
Yeah, I've seen my bid show up, 2 minutes later. I'm like, wait, we're on the 2 records down the road. Then it's time to refresh and all. So yeah, stuff like that happens. So Wax not seeing it, that's a possibility.
Yeah.
Because I thought the same thing while it was happening.
If he's the arbiter, then the bids don't exist,
Yeah, they're not. You don't see them.
It's like Patrick. He says, "I've got this one screen, and that's it."
That's it. Now, the other day he was having troubles, and he went to 3 different devices before he found one that was settled down and would, get everybody in. So, that happens.
Oh, that's a question for you. That's a question for you from Jason.
Jason agreed.
He said, "Are you picking top chat or live?
Always
chat?
live chat."
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I know the difference. I've been to enough auctions and bid on them. And believe me, you only get a bid like that in live chat. Here's my $3. I had not heard anyone say anything about Michael's wife.
No.
That's so far out of bounds if something like that happened.
Yeah.
I would really have a tizzy fit.
Yeah.
Yes. $3. There you go.
Yeah, he's bidding $3. He doesn't know what he's going to get.
Music Sanctuary. My internet's so slow. I'm bidding for Sunday's auction already, just to make sure my bid gets in.
What I'm going to do is I'll send this to Nick, and then he's going to say, "What am I going to do with that thing?"
Oh, the laser disc.
It's a laser disc of Chicago 17.
See, I knew what it was though.
Yeah,
I passed the age test.
you passed the Alex Dickey test.
Oh, yep. I wouldn't be able to play that, but I'd probably be able to brush my teeth in it or shave.
I can play it. I got a player right up there.
Well, I'm sure you do.
Right up there. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. It's that
There it
black
is.
thing right there. There it is. That's my Pioneer. It'll play both sides. The
Nice.
laser flips over. I don't even have to get up.
Well, that's sweet. I got some gear, but I don't have one of those.
$3 bill.
Wait, I'll pay you. Yeah, exactly. How do you think I buy all these records? $3 bills.
Yeah.
I'll consider it. Yeah.
What was Jeffrey's comment? Here was Jeffrey's comment.
Uh-huh.
My troll. Talking about my troll. My troll.
Yeah. Did anybody ever identify the troll
I think it said he
or
he
mole? They were
knows.
calling it a
Well,
mole.
I don't know who the mole is. I think Chance had a troll, but I don't know the
Oh,
same as the mole.
okay. I don't even know what the mole business is about.
Yeah, I
Somebody
don't either.
is somebody on uh OBC and telling stories or something. I don't know.
Oh, did you see that Mike is ending that Gold Club or whatever for the in group?
Yeah, yeah. He said he caught too much grief for it.
I don't. Okay, so I don't get what people complaining that other people had an advantage and they didn't. The product wasn't there when they went to buy it
Well,
because the other
it
people
was
had bought it. Or?
it was being offered to people that paid the premium.
Yeah, I understand
Versus,
how it worked. Yeah,
yeah. Well,
but
he
why
just caught.
end it?
He didn't want to hear the grief, I guess, anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He said I was saving people that bought a lot of records. I was saving them money.
Yeah.
Suppose you'd have. I don't know. You'd have to buy a lot of records every month to do it, I guess. But I think it was something like 10 records. I don't know. It just.
I know, but I know that they had an advantage in that they could pick up some new stuff that came out before it was available to them before.
Yeah. They also
the-
got information first. Yeah.
Right. And,
Yep.
and I know there were a few items that he put up on his video Thursday morning, and I'd go straight to the site and
Sold
it'd already
out.
be gone. Right.
Yeah.
I think
That was.
that I could see why people. But
I-
I'm like okay, I chose not to buy that premium thing,
Yeah.
so okay,
Well,
I'll buy
I
it from
wasn't-
somebody else.
I wasn't too thrilled, so why include it in your Thursdays on your stream that's to everybody when it's not going to be there? I mean, I never complained about it, but if you're going to show it on Thursday and the moment, it's streaming, you go there and it's not there, like, well, why'd you mention it?
Yeah.
That would be my opinion, Like, why are you advertising something you don't have?
Yeah, well, it
I
goes
mean-
back to the old saying, no good deed goes unpunished,
Yeah,
He-
always.
He's
True enough.
trying to do something to.
Yeah,
you
well,
know what?
I think something like that, maybe do a separate stream to the special people. I don't know.
I don't know. It just seems like no matter
Yeah.
what you do, there's going to
Yeah.
be a certain group of people that are going to bitch about it no matter
Yep.
what.
Absolutely.
And that's,
I had, I'd say I had somebody tonight, just blows my mind. I get a DoorDash order in.
uh
They ordered 2 ham grinders. They didn't select any of the options that were available. So I'm like, well, how am I supposed to make this thing? And so I had the option to call him. So I called. He's got one of these answer machines recording where it sounds like someone is talking to you for the first 20 seconds.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I was like, oh, really? I mean, that kind of, okay. So I hung up. I tried a second time and finally I said, I don't care. If he didn't care enough
Yeah.
to take the time to tell me what he wanted on him, I'll take his money and take a stab at it.
Yeah.
But I was like, that's so weird.
really.
Yeah, but dealing with the public will get
Oh yeah.
you.
So Stereo said, and I think I heard this somewhere. Maybe it was on his thing with Angel this Sunday. He was trying to upload Thursday morning stuff the night before, but it was taking so long that there wasn't an advantage to them to be able to get on there before the Thursday video went up. Man, my stuff uploads even if it's
Yeah,
a half an hour. It uploads in probably an hour.
yeah,
So
yeah, and that
okay,
was just this one time. It's not like
okay.
it happens all the time. So I don't know.
Tried to buy a specialty from InGroove and it wouldn't let me go through checkout. Informed you I had to be a member. Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, that would.
yeah. You're
Yeah,
gonna advertise it. You're
yeah.
gonna let me. Yeah,
That's that. Yeah, that's problematic.
yep. And
Especially
you,
if it didn't say premium users only or whatever. If it let you add it to the cart, that's.
yeah, yeah. There's one. It's always glitches. A lot of people complain about Chad's website. And, there's no such thing as a perfect system.
Yeah.
Without the human interaction, and that's so expensive, you just can't do it for every transaction.
Sure.
Yep.
Jose Marino Ron. Is he the married man?
Hello.
Is he the married man? Is he the one who got married, I think?
I don't know.
Wow, it even loaded in the cart. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like somebody just pulling something away from you,
At, where I come from, that's called chaffing your.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I wouldn't be a fan of that one.
No. Let's see.
Oh, here we go. Start a club for displaced InGroove Gold members. It will celebrate the longevity of the club, the great used records they got, and the hundreds of dollars they saved paying $15 a month. And they can continue paying $15 a month to be a member of this club. I get it. Good idea. I got it. Like that. You're welcome.
Yep. Congrats.
Yeah.
I just celebrated 35 years.
I just celebrated 36.
Congrats.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah. Now, is that the old math or the new math?
That's the one wife.
Right. That's called the old math.
Old math, yeah. The old
There's
math.
that new math out now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, 35 years.
You got
3
10
to
here, you got 12
Sue,
there.
5. Yeah, you got it. That's it.
Well, Jose, in case you didn't hear me say it on Rachel's program, marriage is a wonderful institution, but who wants to live in an institution? But anyway,
Evidently, there's a few of us.
yeah, right. We're just masochists.
Yeah. Hey, as long as they got a good turntable and sound system, we're in.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like the old honeymooners skit where Alice says man works from sun to sun, but woman's work is never done. And
yeah.
Jackie Gleason says, you get us back, you marry us.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So there it is. There it is.
Oh man, that's sad. It loaded in the cart.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go, Jose. Nice. Mine doesn't buy records, but she's bought some pieces of gear. Yeah,
Oh, really?
she bought the Macintosh preamp over there, 2 preamp. She was walking by the room one night and she stopped, turned around, she's like, "What is it?" I said, "What do you mean?" She goes, "Whatever's making that wonderful sound, we're buying it." I'm like, "Honey, no, I don't think so." Because she's pretty tight on the dollar. She goes, "I don't care what it is." I'm like, "All right."
Really?
Yeah. She really liked what it did to the music. And that's how we got in the tubes.
Really?
Yep. Now I have 2 monoblock tube amps, 2 preamps.
Oh, I thought you meant the group, the Tubes. Okay, there you go. I thought she's a beauty. She's a beauty.
Oh, honeymooning. Oh,
Honeymooning.
yeah. That's always good.
Yeah.
Unless it's bad. Then it's real bad.
It's like my first girl in high school, Mona Loudly.
Yeah.
Hey. She
Oh.
was so fast she left skid marks on the bed sheets. I
Oh
mean,
God. Dang.
uh,
Oh, please God, don't let that be my last thought before I go to bed tonight. Oh, I guess
no, can't do it.
giving back.
No, not at
Like,
all.
go back. Speaking of giving back, I had a guy tonight call on the phone, said called on the phone now and said he just got dropped off by the bus from out of town and would we feed him. I thought it was the first time in all my years in the restaurant business. And I thought, I'm like, well, sure. You come to the restaurant. I said, you nearby? He says, yeah. I said, okay, come to the restaurant and I'll give you some food. And we made him some food. He took it with him. He blessed us, thanked us, and on his way he went. But usually, they'll come in and ask for food, but this guy called on the phone first. I thought that was different.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't say, but you could afford a phone? No.
Well, they give them away nowadays.
Yeah, I've heard.
Yeah, free internet, free phone calls. And I said, hey, whatever. You don't know which one Jesus is. If they're asking because they're
That's right.
hungry,
You're right.
he didn't ask for money. He asked for food. I'm going to give you food. Now, granted, it's not going to be prime rib,
Yeah.
but it was good, wholesome food. Sandwich and chips and drink. And you can't see.
Yep, Caesar's back with the soda stereo stuff.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, Eddie, it's always worked for me too. But I've heard, people are going to complain. I've heard people
Well, the
complain that,
day Marley Exodus came out, I had multiple systems up. Chad
oh,
and Chance and I were on the phone, going back and forth, watching our transactions try to creep through, getting the credit card through, and then it would error out, and it was
oh,
nuts.
I was hour and a half south of where I live. I was at a doctor's appointment, and I was trying on the whole ride home. I kept trying to get through. I got the phone to finally ring, and the cell tower dropped. That happened a couple times because I was driving north. I got home, and about 35, 40 minutes after I got home, I finally got through. I couldn't believe it, but I got the first two
Sure,
that,
Jason. Sorry,
yep, that were sold. But that one, I almost gave up on it
Jason. As
because,
long as you're not going to show records that we're all going to foam over, I guess it'd be
yeah,
fine.
yeah, don't be cruel.
To a heart that's true.
We don't need another parody video.
No.
Okay. I've never
This,
been in one, so it doesn't bother me.
well, I have, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah.
A couple of times Wax and I got into it. They have been saved for posterity.
Uh,
But that's okay. I have to laugh sometimes. I put it up there, Jason. If you didn't see it, I did put up the link.
oh, yeah. Okay.
Come on, Jason.
I'm in New Zealand. Okay.
Yeah, well, the time difference might have helped him.
Yeah.
He might have got on it after everything kind of relaxed a bit, and it was overnight here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
See,
they're
I
about 12 hours difference. So.
I didn't hear about it till like 4 hours after it
Oh,
dropped. And I'm like, wait, what? I was PO'd. It was a anxious day.
oh,
Couldn't
it
believe I
was.
got one. The scary part is I haven't had time to open them. So I don't. I got a box of chocolates right now.
Well, I bought two, and I actually sold one to a friend,
Oh, that was
and
kind.
I didn't upsell it. I just
Yeah, that's kind. I only got one. I got Exodus and the other one. Uh,
Ratsman or whatever.
yeah, yeah. That's. I got both of them. I was fortunate.
Ramadama Ding Dong or whatever
Rang.
it's
Yeah,
called.
that's it. And I haven't even opened them yet. I cannot seem to manufacture enough time. But at least that says something. I'm living a full life.
There you go.
Whereas 8 years ago, when I got diagnosed, it didn't look very good.
Oh, really?
Yes, I'm very blessed.
There you go.
Life is like a box of chocolates.
Life is like a box of chocolates.
Jenny,
Absolutely.
Jenny.
Yeah.
Little
Really? All of them? All of them's a whole lot to have all of them, Eddie. That's
wow.
got to be a couple hundred, huh?
Well, I don't know if it's
All of which, Eddie?
yeah, just Analog Productions or
Well,
because MoFi used to do them too.
yeah, I know. And he hasn't opened any of them.
Like the
So you got a
infamous.
box of chocolates too. Oh, a bunch of boxes of chocolate. Don't put them where they'll melt. We got the invite. Anybody coming up?
I don't know. Jason was talking big for a while there, and then he
Come
disappeared.
on, Jason. I haven't seen your smiling face in a bit. Yeah, sorry, I'm talking about Chad's.
When you give me that pretty
Oh,
little bit.
okay. So you have
I know what love is, and it's laying with Jenny.
You're talking about Chad's. Okay, that's what I thought you were talking about.
Jason's with better.
There's the man.
Wait. Oh, really? Alice's School's Out's coming out on Rhino?
Oh,
So,
here he goes, right out of the box. Look at this.
Hey,
so this is
I
for
like
all the
like
displaced gold members. If you enter,
say again. Original jazz classics.
Okay, what is it?
Oh, that's the book, isn't it?
if you are displaced in groove gold member, Chance and I will host a contest, and you will win this original jazz classics collector's guide.
That's what I thought it was. Yeah, that's nice.
You will learn about jazz records that got reissued and reissued until you got sick.
Oh, wow. That's a nice book.
Do you want to buy a reissue of a reissue?
Only if it's been reissued.
That's right.
Yeah.
Did you get that book from Rick Beato or?
Yeah, I called Rick Beato up and asked for him. It's a pretty good book.
Yeah, that looks pretty interesting. Good read, I'm sure. Just to see what's what.
Yeah, but it's basically. I mean, they don't cover free jazz here. That's beyond this. I mean, the scope
Yeah.
of this is how vanilla do you like your jazz?
Yeah. Well, jazz is what, this big? Oh, you can't see. Yeah, it's really big. Different. I got my arms wide apart. Yeah, it's pretty thin for covering all the jazz.
I think.
But
What is it?
and for somebody that doesn't have a foundation of jazz at all, it's
Yes.
be good. Yes.
So-
Which I would almost classify myself as, because I have a bit of jazz and I enjoy a lot of it. Matter of fact, I got a Eric Dolphy from Wax in a auction. I got a chance to listen to some of it 2 days ago. It was really good. There it is. I got that one coming.
Look at that
No,
comment
it's-
from Jose Marino.
How is that repress of a repress?
You know what? It's a bit thick. I had the original somewhere, Nick, and I don't know where it is. It's misplaced. I have no idea. This is how many records I have.
Yeah, I was going to say somehow I knew you had the original.
It's only because like at that time you were able to buy these things for like $1. David, you don't have
Yeah.
to make me big anymore.
Oh, yes, I do. You're just.
Um, but I mean, it sounds good. I only listened to side one, but when I compared the miles, it had like a mid-range like issue, and then there was like a tape dropout during like Paul Chambers' bass solo. And I was like,
Oh,
what the hell is this? I don't
is,
remember that on the original. And then I got my original, played it, and I was just like, man, that's messed up.
that's the new OJC that came out,
Yeah.
and it's not that good, huh?
Well, I think the tape is just, it's just,
Ah,
It's been long enough.
yes. And
yeah, that's a
I-
shame.
I've heard stories that like Chad, he passed on it because of this tape issue,
Yeah,
you know.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, that's good. It's not all about the money.
sure. You want
No.
Yeah,
to have
it's
like a good release, and
exactly. It's nice. You
Well, that's
start
why
putting,
MoFi pulled back Warren Zevon's self-titled because they got the tape after they already announced it and then went, oops. They had
yeah.
to cancel the
Well,
pre-order.
until you get a Rhino high fidelity version of the first Warren Zevon
Yeah,
coming to
exactly.
you in quarter 3, right?
Yeah, exactly.
2023, right? How
Oh,
would you feel?
yeah.
How would you feel if they did that? That would be messed up, you know? Because you heard MoFi say they couldn't do it because the tape wasn't good, and then
yeah,
some Rhino just, like, hey, we got it.
yeah. So if it's trash, I mean, do you really want to do that to something you're just now?
Well, maybe it was going to be a silver label.
I mean, Nick, all I have to
Yeah,
say is Rhino, he got to eat too, He can't be,
yeah, yeah.
stuck.
I know, but still, you don't want to. It's like my business. I'm not going to put out something I'm not proud of because that's my reputation on every plate every time. And $40 a pop is okay. You can compare it to long ago. It's still money of today that goes for something in your lifestyle. Is it a
Yeah,
tank of
but
gas? Is it this or
but yeah,
that?
but
If it's
Universal is selling their back catalog. Every Beatle album is now $35, for example. And
are
those
they,
aren't audiophile pressings; those are just
but
standard pressing.
do they sound good?
Nah, they're they're all right. They're not. They're
Yeah,
digitized. Yeah, I mean, my point is
yeah,
the price point's already, in that
yeah.
region.
I understand, but if you're trying to sell to the audiophile people, I
Yeah.
guess they're
I
not. They're
think
looking just to
I think
sell.
they are. I
Well,
think
if
they are.
if they are, it needs to be stepped up, not average.
It is
You know,
stepped
you
up.
s- oh,
I mean, the content stepped up. You get more material, interior material, the fold out and the stuff that's in there. It's
okay.
a
Well,
tip on
by your
jacket.
by well, then I misunderstood your reaction that
Yeah.
it was the quality wasn't there as
Oh,
far as.
no, no. The quality is definitely there.
Oh,
So
okay. Well,
Yeah.
then
No,
yeah,
it's
fine.
definitely there. Yeah,
can you
it's
show
But
the
definitely there.
cars? David, can you show us, like, you talked about it in the video, but you didn't really show it. Like,
Yeah. Hang on a
with
second. Got to see where I put it.
was that the cars? I
yeah.
can show you the MoFi. I can show you the OG. Hey, it looks just like that one.
Yeah.
Hey, that looks like a BMP.
So it's got the VMP strip, right?
Yeah.
Well, they put the
And then it's
wording on the
got
top, not on the bottom like the BMP.
and then it's
Interesting.
got, a polyline sleeve,
Oh man, we should be so lucky.
180.
Yeah.
Well,
Are you
well,
sound like you're trying to be facetious.
I am. Come
I
on,
thought
man.
so.
well, darn
I
good
love
well
that shirt.
if they didn't do that, it would be a problem. Then you have a copy. You have
The
Ah,
box.
the actual tape.
so they recorded at Air Studios. Interesting.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Air Studios, and then you open it up, and you
So
get Elliot Easton's commentary.
Yeah, that's what I
the one
heard.
pager of the commentary,
Yeah,
pictures of the tape, the label, the session. Interesting. pictures of them.
Yeah, matter of fact, that was the secondary picture, from what I understand.
So this is crazy because I just remember now. Rick Ocasek is dead, right? He died.
Yeah. So
right?
it's Ben
And
Orr.
then
Yeah, Ben Orr
You
also.
you only have the guitar player, Greg Hawkes, the keyboard player, and then the drummer. I think it was David Rubinson. I think Elliot Easton is the
And
guitar
Elliot
player. So,
Easton,
wow. Hmm.
Yep.
See that picture of the group on the inside?
Mhm.
That's not the one they wanted to use. They had another one they wanted to use, but they couldn't find who owned it. So they had to settle for this picture.
Do you know that Jonathan Richman, like Rick Ocasek, when he formed the band The Cars, that wasn't their name, and they asked Jonathan Richman, "What should we call our band?" And Jonathan Richman said, "Ricky and the Rabbits." So you should be glad they didn't call themselves Ricky.
Yeah,
and the Rabbits.
I heard it was something offbeat. Yeah,
Would have been
Ricky and the Rabbits.
you know.
Yeah,
No,
they
no,
wouldn't
I-
be repressing it.
Now, I will tell you, I haven't broke the shrink yet, and I don't know where the number is for, out of 5,000, what it is.
It's number
don't know.
10,872.
No. I know some people have said my number is blah blah, but
Wait, what is your number?
I don't know. I can't see
Eight
it.
six seven five three zero nine.
You have to pull it's behind the OBI.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Ah,
Probably on the back.
Yeah. So it's
They
behind
usually
the
are.
OBI strip, I believe.
Okay, let me see.
I don't know. I haven't gotten shipping notice of mine, just that they got my money.
That's same here, Nick. They took my money, and
Yeah,
I don't feel.
I had one like that with GratefulDead.net. They took my money, and so far I got one record. It took forever to get the second. And no communication at all. I don't think I'll buy through them again because their communication is almost zero. I've sent
whose label? was it?
GratefulDead.net. I'm
Oh, their
not sure.
website.
Yeah, their website. I mean, I don't know if they're all stoned or what.
What do you think?
Yeah, acid trip. I don't know. But I mean, I finally got two of the products out of the three. I think one of them I'm waiting for it to be released. There you go.
406. Wow.
Whoa, 406 out of 5.
Wait a
But
minute. When did you order this? Because you ordered it and then you got it, what, a couple days ago?
Yeah, I ordered it first day.
Those numbers don't mean anything.
They don't mean a damn
But
thing.
of course not. But like Nick, like when did you order yours?
This past weekend, so I might get my money back, and that would stink.
Why would you get money
That's
back?
what
Right.
I'm worried about. I ordered mine like early last week, and they took the money, and I used that 15% coupon, but they pushed it on the Hoffman forums. So thankfully, like
I did not use that.
I did not get it. I got free shipping. Was that?
That's good too. But
Yeah,
I mean,
$11.99.
I ordered like a big item because I was like, well, I got the money, might as well. Like I read the reviews on that Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young album
Yeah.
that David has, that box set, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna throw down on this box set.
Oh, nice.
Got booed.
I-
And let's bring it. Like
Nice.
it's so amazing.
I picked up the Monkeys Pisces.
Okay.
You didn't get the Blu-ray, all the episodes for $160. You didn't get
No, I didn't have the Pisces one. I have an OG, but it's been played to death. So, and this one was in green, and it was $18, I think. I said, oh, what the heck? But if I might end up just getting that, and with a refund, I hope not. But it says success. I'm looking at it here. That was Saturday.
I'm just curious though, because if you ordered and they gave you 4,006, man, that means they
Yeah,
They don't know what they gave me because it was behind the thing. So
Yeah.
you know what I
that
mean?
is so lame though.
yeah. I'm telling you, they had.
It just
probably,
proves to you that the number means absolutely nothing.
They had 6,000 jackets pressed. Probably the same number of LPs.
Yeah.
Oh, for returns and such,
Maybe it's Philo, first in, last out. It's kind of like,
Yeah.
Wow. That's
yeah, we're talking about Rhino.
right.
Norman.
Norman's there.
Yeah.
Where is he? Let's see.
Wow, Chance.
Hey, Mazzy.
Wow.
Let's bring it, baby.
Should I show some records? Do you want to see some records? No FOMO. Just show some old records. Yes, no.
I'm game.
Peggy Lee or what?
So
Yes, Chance. We would buy at 30%.
this is one of my favorite. Ike and Tina Turner, like this one, Come Together, right?
Yeah.
Amazing. Usually they do all covers, but this one has a few Ike Turner originals.
Nice.
Old is around more like the funky soul rock of say like the late 60s, early 70s. This was like usually like $1 record, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
But since she died, I think the price has gone up a little bit, which sucks.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah.
he's pretty
Yeah,
loud
that's
right here.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And
Wow, she's young.
it's a gatefold. You can see that she's like coming, you know, she is glowing. Let's just be honest here. You know, you get double. Let me get closer. Double Ike, which you probably don't need.
No.
The
That's how he was seeing half the time.
Right. I mean, this glow. I mean, look at this. This is intense. You know.
Yeah. Yep. It is.
So, I think we were on Chance's stream, right, Chance, in your live stream, and I was talking about this record. Right. This is the Ike. This is the last record with Tina and Ike,
we
The Edge.
did. Yeah.
Now, I think this is like a double entendre, right? Like he was deep into drugs, so he didn't have to show the razor blade. But you know, I think this was entering his Rick James era. But it's
Bobby
got some
Brown.
great songs. Let me see if I can put this. There we go. So he actually covers "Only Women Bleed" on here, which is an Alice Cooper song.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. Even Philadelphia Freedom, amazing. Use Me.
Really?
Am I having deja vu, or is this just like the stream Thursday night, or am I just getting old?
Probably is, but I'm holding the record now.
Oh, you were holding it then too. You brought it out.
Well, I think I only was showing it on my iPad, but I didn't have it yet. Because I was like thinking about like what did I do after they got divorced, and I was like, oh man, it's The Edge.
Yeah.
So I think half the record Tina sings, and then the other half is instrumentals, and they're pretty good. So
Yeah, I would say.
no, you know. I like Jeffrey Beaumont's comment. That is awesome, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. We cover Vertigo, please. No, never.
Oh boy.
What else?
By the way, I didn't open this before, so now you can see.
Well, see, that's okay. So
Nice.
then that's the original inner. So they put the original inner inside the gatefold.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They learned that trick from Friday Music.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, so far, I mean, it looks like it's well done, right? Tip-on jacket.
Oh yeah. You know, it's solid. Not only is it solid, but it's glossy as hell.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, wow.
Super glossy.
Well, you
still
have the shrink on that?
I just took it off to open it up.
Oh, okay.
I had to do that to get the number, the disappointing number that I had.
Yeah.
Don't be disappointed with that number. You said it didn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean anything. But when it was covered up, I could dream.
Yeah, it's
not like a Melinda Murphy Rolling Stones box set. Now come on,
Oh wow!
Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right.
Wow.
She had 0001, right?
Yep.
Wow.
God, really?
Mm-hmm.
I missed that one. That's incredible.
Of course, she can't release any video about the Mo-Fi Van Halen because it's under what do you call that? Non-disclosure, I guess.
Yeah.
Really? Is that the reason why? Or
well, I mean, I think there was probably some agreement.
NDR, I think.
NDA, probably some agreement
NDA.
that that it would be done in unison with their release. Something, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, the big push.
So the only way is to go to MoFi right? Go down there and then become changed, right? Sign NDAs. Is that
Yeah.
it's the thing?
I would have told him no.
And
I would've- if they ever
and you
asked
still
me,
be at the door, right?
they asked me, I would ask them like, "Can I get the DSD step?" And then that's it, kick him out.
I've got this flash drive. Can you copy the D?
Yeah. I'll just be a minute. I'll be right back.
I'll just be a minute. Which just you guys go to lunch. I'll be just hang on.
Yeah. Yep. There you go.
Audiophiles
Promo
need special
copies.
gloves. Yes, audiophiles do need special gloves.
Mazzy, since you're watching, do you have this Hamburg tapes? I saw this a couple days ago, and there's like 3 volumes, and they're mastered by George Peckham, so who is Porky Duck, Pecco Duck, whatever. And I haven't heard it yet, but I just got it finally. So I've always heard that like all these Hamburg tapes were troubled, or they sound just terrible. And then when I saw that George Peckham, legendary cutting engineer, he did these, like I was just impressed. I was like, well, I gotta go get them. I had no idea. It's almost like we're about to do Patrick's auction now. So Nick,
Yes.
$50. So Mazzy, please put in the comments if you got this or not. Gray market.
Mm-hmm.
No, this is a UK pressing, I believe. The record label's Breakaway Masters. I still got one more I need to get. I only got volume 2 and 3.
No, Jeffrey, you missed. Too late. The timer gone.
Here's volume 3. Let's get this great picture of them.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's sweet.
It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I only was interested because I won that auction on Patrick's live stream Sunday. And then I was
Yeah,
like,
thank you so much. I love you too. You got that super pinger, don't you?
Which one did you win? What did you win?
I won the Silver Beatles. I was lucky, but
Yeah,
The what
they're like
Beatles?
people- it's a
I
bootleg.
stole it. You stole it. That was great.
I did not steal it. It's not.
Look, my everybody keeps saying, "Why am I bidding tonight?" I'm bidding on next Sunday's auction.
He's just practicing his fingers. He's getting
No, these bids will actually show up once. Yeah.
So I didn't know until Chance's live stream when Arnaldo Fidelius Frequency said, "Yeah, the Americans got a different cover," and I was like, "That's right."
Yeah.
I was thinking the original, what I remember on the cassette was she was on the chair. There was a black cat, And I was like, man, like this is the cover I remember. But of course, the back is still the same. So
Yeah. Okay, we're okay, Caesar.
$10.
Yeah.
First UK.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Somebody asked me a question about if I have any recent bands or things, and I collect mainly older stuff. But most recent thing I got was actually that soundtrack called Aurora to Daisy Jones and the Six, which was a show on Amazon Prime. That's probably the most up to date release of something that's come out new that I've gotten. Go ahead.
I mean, let's look at this real quick. I mean, this is not
What?
the Rhino high fidelity.
What?
But this is an OBI strip with their comment of Thin Lizzy Jailbreak at the bottom, cut by our favorite engineer, our mastering Kevin Gray, Coherent. Right?
How's this sound?
I just got it today. I'll play it.
Is that Vinyl Me Please, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was just making a bad joke. Rhino high fidelity. Did you see what BMP are going to release in July?
No.
Let me see if I can get the photo for you. It's hot. So I think they know that, Rhino was. Let's see if I can show it. So if everyone can see this, let's do BMP Rock. So look at that. They're going to release ZZ Top, Tres Hombres, the STP fourth record, System of a Down, Stooges, Raw Power, Sublime, and then the Strokes first record. So, wow. Like, they ain't joking,
No.
So, I don't know, Rhino, better catch up if you're watching this stream.
They got plenty of catalog. They got something
Yeah.
VMP doesn't have.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if I were them, probably do that Buffalo Springfield stuff. Just do it. Trying to think what else is on their catalog. Because from Westman's video, I think they're going to do one rock, one jazz. I think every 3 months.
Oh, really?
That's
Okay.
what they say.
Well, that'd be good.
It'd
Unless,
be
of course, you're.
interesting,
Yeah.
Jason, I'm gonna ask you if you know anything about this album. I'm gonna bring one up on the screen to show you.
Sure.
I could go grab it, but it's easier just to show you. Show screen.
So Mazzy, I did see the box set, but I think they released those separately as well. I think, like individually.
Oh, cool.
Well,
You sure it would be easier to grab it?
ha ha ha! You're so freaking funny. I forgot to laugh.
Oh, well, looks aren't everything,
You can say that again. Okay.
Ugh.
What happened here?
It's right over here.
Did it share? No.
Nope. It's still in the closet. Here we go.
Oh wow! What is this? I've never seen this. Is this some sort of?
Lindsey Buckingham.
This
It was
is
only
new,
released,
isn't it?
No, it was only released in Europe, I think, and I've got it on. Red, I think it's red vinyl. That's the
Wow.
CD of it, but I've got it in red vinyl.
Really?
2013.
Yeah.
Wow.
I picked this up, and I just wondered if anybody's a Lindsey Buckingham
I
fan.
can see it. It's only 125. Only 125.
Only, yeah, okay.
Starting at 125. Can you scroll down on that? Like, how much is the?
Yeah, he's really good, though. I mean,
Scroll down here. You
I
mean?
wonder what it sounds like.
102 is the median, 72.84 the lowest.
Wow.
So two
Wish.
LPs sold. When did 2013? So probably originally sold for what, 30, 40 bucks back in the day. Maybe even 25.
Yeah, and it was in Europe. I mean,
Okay.
Prested GZ. Ooh.
Yeah, it was only in Europe.
I'll open the bidding.
What are the reviews? Can you scroll down? What are the reviews on this? Are there any reviews?
Nope. Digital recording.
I like this person's name, Ultra Analog Records. Wow.
Yeah, and it's all.
Can we take his word for this?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Is he biased? Right? Come on.
Yeah, don't know. Anyway, I picked it up at a show because.
Nice.
But
I think it's a great score.
Hopefully, you didn't pay too much for it. I mean,
I think I paid $50 for it.
There you go. Now that's
no kidding. Nice, congrats.
Yeah, it's not a bad album. I like Lindsey Buckingham, but I'd never seen it before.
I'm trying to think. 2013 was that post the dance Fleetwood Mac or after it?
I could put that one right next to my imaginary Buckingham Nicks.
You don't have that?
No.
No.
It's horrible. It's just horrible.
That was. Nick, I was at a record store and somebody they had it and it had so many marks on it. I couldn't justify. I think they wanted like 30 and I was like, no, like not in this condition. Like this here is total VG, like total VG.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe borderline
VG minus.
BG minor, sure. If you
Uh,
know. And then the guy's like, no, I'll sell it to you for 12. And I was like, whoa, what a jump.
wait,
Where do you do 12?
yeah, okay, now we know it's really bad, right?
100, you know?
You
But
just cut it.
it was not like it, okay, I buy it for 12 and then it plays like
Yeah,
crap, like I can't.
yeah, it's a wall mounter. I actually tried to dispose of a record, and I didn't realize my wife liked it. I said, "But hun, it's got a bubble. It's got two bubbles in it." I said, I'm just not gonna. Just, I like the artwork. I want it. Okay, dear, you go, girl.
Yeah, right.
There's for
Happy
you,
wife.
Jason. There's one for you.
Well, Jose, I mean, you know that's over 100, you know. Like, I don't know about that.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going to ask David, what was the occasion? Just Memorial Day? Just post?
Yeah, it was just post chill down. Yeah, just
Yeah.
I put out. I did like 2 videos, and I've got 2 in the can. So I mean, I'm really kind of getting
You
back
good?
into it. Getting back
Yeah.
into it.
Good.
Yeah. Let's see what we got here. Not that in
Yeah,
74.
that's right, Mazzy.
Still interested, he said. He got a bunch of wedding money.
She got a lot of wedding.
Oh, wow. Let's see.
Yeah. Oh, he says he's joking.
So,
Ween's records.
So, David, did you only buy the Cars High Fidelity? You didn't buy the Coltrane, right?
correct.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't get the Coltrane either.
I mean, if I would, I probably already have it, right?
When you compared the Cars to the original, and then did you also have the MoFi?
I had the MoFi. I panned the MoFi months ago.
And then you also had the Nautilus, right? The
Yes.
Superdesk. So out of those ranking, how would you rank 4 of those? Which one? would be the top?
MoFi, well, top's the Rhino.
Okay.
Second would be probably the Nautilus for quiet, because it's got a quieter surface. Because it was very close to the OG, I felt. And then OG, and then MoFi, like I would say 4th, but that's too kind.
Wow.
Wow.
See, my MoFi wasn't noisy, though.
No, I didn't say it was noisy.
Okay.
No, it's not noisy. It's the noise that makes up the music that doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
It just really was way off.
Interesting.
Yeah, not pleasing in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah. Nope.
Quebec is Ween's best. Well, that's good because I was born in Quebec, so I think that's great.
Hey. Chocolate and cheese.
Chocolate and cheese and the pod. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Dick, are you familiar with the band called Ween?
I have
No,
heard
I'm
of
not.
them, but I don't know what they make. I mean, what their genre is exactly.
Well, they were started sort of like, how would you call it, Jose? I think it's like crazy college rock in a way, like alternative rock. And then they kind of like got older, and then they were doing more in the classic rock style. They even did a country record. But if you don't know them, like I would listen to Quebec. That's one of the good records. And Chocolate and Cheese.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. I believe I own Chocolate and Cheese, and I sold it for $200, Jose. I was lucky at that time.
Wow.
I see.
Chance, if you want to get annoyed, you'll listen to that song called "Push the Little Daisies" and make them grow up. In the chat, Tim or Jose or Chance, what is it called? 12 country hits or golden hits? I can't remember which Ween record that is.
Wow.
Okay, Jose.
Wow.
Just barfed it out, huh?
Queen catalog could get over $1 billion. So I'm going to ask you guys if you've heard of a band called Mute Math.
Yeah,
That's probably my favorite band.
really.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you like that kind of style?
Yeah, I've seen them. Well, they broke up now, but I've seen them. You know, they had a video. I'm going to put a link to it. It was called Typical. And the video goes backwards and the song goes forwards.
Okay.
It's the most creative video I've ever seen in my life. It's like it's all in reverse, but it's playing the song as it goes and it matches. It's unbelievably creative. But I really liked Mute Math, and their albums go for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
Really?
Yeah. I've got a
Okay.
few.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And I just love their music is just Paul Meany, who's the lead guy, he actually did work with Stone Temple Pilots, produced them and everything. Yep, that's it. Yep. It goes backwards, but the song plays forwards. Yeah. It's a classic video. But I've seen them probably 7 or 8 times. And
Oh, that's pretty cool. The paint's coming off of them.
Yep. Yeah, and I take my son who has Downs, and he'd be there air drumming by Darren,
Oh,
who was
nice.
the drummer, and Darren would give him his drumsticks after every show.
Oh, cool.
And yeah, they were so good.
Oops, get back up here.
Mucho dinero, that's right. But if you ever see any, you call me on the bat phone.
Yeah, okay.
Now I've got their early stuff is really expensive. I've got their later stuff on vinyl. But the first 2 albums or 3 albums are really outrageous.
So how much are their records going for? Are you saying like 100, 200?
200 to 500.
It just made me choke right here.
Yep.
2 to 5? Jeez.
And I'd pay it for the right copy.
2 to 5. Whoa. We're talking about a band. I'm looking this up. A band that was from 2002 to 2018.
Yeah. Right. From New
No
Orleans.
kidding.
Yeah.
And it's going for 2 to 500. Ouch.
Yep.
But there is one record that I paid some money for, but I haven't gotten yet. So it's not jinx myself. But next time you have another live stream, we'll
Oh, really? All right.
display it. We'll show it off. You
Yeah,
know.
I've been waiting for the day when you pulled out a Mute Math method, and I went.
We've had one of those moments before.
Now, Jason, I have to get your opinion. What's your opinion of the signing of the governor of Minnesota that pot is now legal?
Wow, that's going to change a lot of things. I'm not a, you know.
No, I'm not saying you are. I just wondered what you thought of that as a citizen of Minnesota.
It depends of how they're going to use the taxing, right? That's the whole thing. You know,
They're going to waste it.
We'll see. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, government spends our money wisely.
They'll figure out
right?
They'll figure out a good way to waste it. Don't worry.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, right now there's a portion of a highway not far from me. It was laid down in the 60s in concrete. Not a thing wrong with it. They are tearing it up and putting macadam down. I was like, wait, I told my state representative, I said, I will buy dinner for every person in our parish if this macadam lasts a quarter of the length of time that concrete lasts. Because that concrete highway is still fine, in my opinion. Just a waste of taxpayer dollars.
Yeah, and they need to be fixing other stuff, of course.
Yeah, there's lots of other things. Or, hey, here's an idea. Give it back to the citizens.
You mean it's their money? Oh, no.
Go
please.
figure. Kind of like that stuff going on up there now. Jeez.
Yeah.
We're going to cut $1 billion out of the whole budget of trillions of dollars.
What? Like a penny.
Yeah. Oh, Lord, help us all.
All I know is that I'm looking at the picture right now. Jesse Jesse the Body Ventura is in the picture with the Minnesota governor.
Oh yeah,
Really?
Yes.
From today?
Yeah.
they're legalizing pot. Now is it medically or recreational?
Recreational.
Okay, I think we're still working on medically.
Man, Jesse the Ventura looks really old.
Well, he is.
I mean, I only remember him from what, wrestling and
Yeah.
the
But I
Predator
still
movie.
could kick your ass, that's for sure.
He's
He
really
might
good
be
in the
able
Predator
to.
movie. It's amazing. Oh man.
Hey, Concert Buddy had a comment for you there, Jason. Did you see
We
it?
all get old.
Give
Or not.
news on this looming acquisition. Genre. Yacht rock. There you go. Age.
Yacht rock. All right.
Yacht rock. That should just cover genre and age. Yacht rock.
Yes.
Yeah, that gives it up pretty quick. I ain't got no time for weed.
That's right, the Running Man.
Yeah.
Run, Forrest, run.
So Mazzy, we'll see. Maybe influx of people moving to Minnesota.
Legal pot has been good for those states. Well, I think the Insurance Institute would disagree with you.
Yeah.
The rate of car insurance has gone up dramatically in those states because
Yep.
of it. So maybe not so good for everybody. But
I want to open up a brownie factory right next door.
there you go.
Can you go back to Michael Chavez's comment?
That one.
So, very interesting story, Michael. Let me do back context. So I have like a storage space filled with records. Okay.
You told me, yeah.
Here's a fun story. And I was like moving, cleaning out records, getting records to sell.
Would
And
you
the guy was changing the lights in the storage space, right? To, I think they were just regular bulbs to LEDs, right? He sees all
Right.
these records. And then we start talking about music, and he used to be in a band and used to like sell music equipment, blah, blah, blah. And then he asked me some weird question. Are you into like, weed or marijuana? I'm like, no, I don't partake in that. I'm done with all that. I don't do that anymore. Then he was like, I think you should buy stock in big tobacco. And I'm like, what? How is this coming out of the blue, right?
Yeah.
And then he was saying he has a friend who doesn't really have a job, right? All he does is just play with the market, right? Plays with the stocks and bonds and all
Yeah.
that. And he said, I bet you in the next 5-10 years, and this is to Michael Chavez's comment, big tobacco will be behind legalization and getting that money from all these places legalizing marijuana.
Yeah, they have distribution. They have everything already set up.
I mean,
And
it's
he was
like, tobacco
plug
used
and
to be
play.
it was like they used to be the CD industry, and now
Yeah.
weed is like vinyl.
Yeah. That's exactly. So yeah.
So Jeffrey
Some creeds.
Beaumont, his comment here, is this insider trading? No, it's all hearsay. I do not condone,
Right.
I don't need Jeffrey Beaumont. I don't need the SEC knocking on my door. No.
Look, if you run for office, it's all legal.
Michael McDonald is trying out for the Shaggy DA remake for Disney. So, Shaggy Dog.
I recommend if you see Michael McDonald live, he may change your life. Because it's hard to believe. Next time you need to show up some of this. Sure, I can do that. I mean, I didn't buy that many records, honestly. Like, it's because Den Bosch did not impress me, I didn't know that Brexit really messed things up there, So Nick, David, like, because of Brexit, all the UK dealers were not at Den Bosch.
Mm.
Because
Really?
they would have had to pay like
Really?
that, if they sold.
Makes sense.
It doesn't matter because there's no UK releases in the UK anyway. They're all in Japan. So. Hey, Leland. Hey, Malia. What up, Leland? Michael McDonald, one of the best things that the Grammys tribute to.
I mean, that guy has like a golden throat, honestly.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Yeah.
There's
I mean,
no doubt.
Yeah.
he played like this outdoor festival in Columbus, Ohio, and
Uh,
we were like watching it, and then like we went to the back to get beer, and we could just hear the golden voice, and I was like, man, this is just mind blowing. Like,
Yeah.
honestly.
well, I saw a thing on just the other day on YouTube, and it was, I'm going back, but it was Frankie Valli from the Four Seasons. He's 92, and he's still hitting the same freaking notes
No,
he was hitting. I mean, it's like
you
unbelievable.
sure he wasn't lip syncing?
I know he wasn't. No,
Wow.
he wasn't.
It's amazing.
I think he's got some kind of remote control that just adjusts his nuts every few seconds to make him sing that high.
Can you highlight Leland's comment?
I'm coming.
Okay, big shows are fair. So yes, one of them is, I think both of them in late mid or early October. I guess Chance and a couple of other.
Me.
We're gonna go, David. We're gonna all meet up for the Austin Record Show. It'll be great.
Oh, nice.
Absolutely.
I know a great barbecue taco spot next to the Palmer Convention.
It's early October. It's like September 30th, October 1st, October 2nd, by the way.
And then mid-October, Leland, I am going to New York for the WFMU record show, which is probably like the biggest in the East Coast.
Is that a radio station?
Yep. So they've been hosting like their record shows, I think, like since, I don't know, the 2000s. I thought about setting up, but it's just going to be annoying to get all those records down there.
Yeah. It's a lot of work.
I've done it a few times, Nick, and like it's been fun. But then the last time, I think before the pandemic, I did it with my friend, and I just pissed everyone off because I had all these hot records that no one had, you know. And so, like, great story. If I've never told you this story, like you know who Os Mutantes are? They're this Brazilian psychedelic band.
Yeah.
And I was the only one who had that first album. Like, I had a wall of records.
Oh.
I remember this one lady came up to me. She's like, "Why can't you sell me the Os Mutantes record for $20?" I just looked at her and said, "Lady, these Brazilian records don't rain every day for $20."
Yeah.
And then she just like got all pissy, you know, and just like left. And then how I sold the record, there was a guy like pacing like in front of our booth, like, and I was like, "What are you doing? You're being weird. Like, come up here." And I asked him like, what record do you want? And he's like, "Well, I want that Os Mutantes, but you have it at 200. Okay. So I go, "What's your name? You know, tell me who you are." Like,
Yeah.
okay. And then like, I was like, "Okay, now we know each other just a little bit. Like, what other records you buying, you know, today?" And then, okay, now we know each other a bit. Now tell me your price. How much you want to pay for this Os Mutantes? And he goes, 160. I'm like, 160 it is. And we just couldn't believe it. And I was like, "No, just talk to me and we'll work something out." And so I told him, like, he was like, "I got to go hit the ATM." "No problem. We'll wait for you. The record's not going anywhere." Comes back and I tell him, like, "Look, you're going to go home today. You're not going to play any of these bullshit records you bought here at the fair. You're going to play this record first, you know?
Yeah.
This is the one. Like, you play this one and you play it really loud, you know?" And like my friend and like they're just like watching me like, "What the hell? This is how you sell records?" I'm like, "Of course." Like you have to keep it a bit personable, you know? If you're cold, you know, that's not going to sell records, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, you have to have some personality behind anything you do when it comes to selling.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. It's like the interaction with my customers. Your new time, your first time in, I want it to be experienced, not just, okay, you had a good meal, but you had a good time. And you got to at least know a little bit about my history or my family or something that you can latch on besides that memory of the food.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing with whatever it is that you're selling. You know, it always holds more value when you have something else intangible attached to it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And that's what you were looking for. That's what you're doing. And that's great.
Good deal.
Yeah, that's one of the things I enjoy about my business. I'm never going to get rich doing what I do, but it's not about getting rich. It's about the memories I'm creating with families and people. Look, we've had at one time 6 generations in our restaurant dining together. They chose to come join my family with their 6 generations of family to interact and eat with my family, just to come patronize us. That is so cool. That's part
I
of
hate it when people patronize me. I don't know about you, but oh, sorry.
Hi,
Damn
Dave. Hi,
English
Dave.
language.
When'd you get here?
So, Leland, this is
Leland.
like a shootout here. Like, which one was better, the OG or this Kevin Gray OJC hyped up thing, with an OBI strip, Tip
Well,
on
the OBI sounds much better.
it, right?
Yeah, I'm not blazing up, Jeffrey. So, Mazzy got his answer.
And Leland, unfortunately, didn't beat the OG. Like, I mean, yeah, this thing sounds hot and it's loud, but there's like a couple of tape dropouts, and I was just so blown away by them. Like, I'm surprised, like, no one could hear the tape drop out. Like, I just blew me away. I just was like, what? Like, why does Paul Chambers' bass solo sound like poop? Like, what's going on here?
It's a shame.
Old tape. That's the problem. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the one downside
But-
to these
but if-
reissues.
If you don't know the difference, is it going to be that?
I think it
That's-
is very noticeable, Nick. Like, if you,
Okay.
it sounds like somebody put a blanket on top of his bass.
Wow, that's a shame.
And it was just like, it kind of blew me away. I was like, what? This can't be right. Like, I don't remember. I'm very familiar with these records, like this whole
Right.
working, relaxing,
I wanted to address Leland's statement about the Austin show. So what's funny is Mike showed how much crap he bought before it even started.
yes.
And I mean, so I'm like, I don't know what the so-so part was, but maybe he didn't sell as much as he expected to or whatever. But I mean, he sure came away with quite a few goodies in his own words. So I guess that's all I can say from it. Yep.
Yeah, you have to show up like David. You have to show up like the early bird on Friday.
Oh, absolutely.
There's a guy from the UK. I think he's like a good seller. A guy named Sean. I've always bought stuff from him. And then
Okay.
he's pretty good at Mickey deals. So
Take care, John. Get your beauty sleep. It's not going to work, but it's a good thought.
Bye, John. Yeah. Good luck with that.
Yeah, really. My best beauty sleep will be the day I die.
You bring extra makeup, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that'll be the best
I
makeup
know I'll
job
need
I
it.
ever got. Best makeup job ever. I hear you. Exactly.
Absolutely. Okay.
Without a doubt. Yeah. So, well, guys, I'll tell you what. It's getting to, what is it, 11:08 here. Getting
Yep.
to that time. So I've been on
Yeah, it
3.
is.
No, 2:37. Not too bad. But anyway, I thank y'all for hanging out. And yeah, we'll give Jason his next opportunity to show us stuff that we
Yes.
drool over.
Look forward to it.
Get your stack
Absolutely.
ready.
come on now, don't drool over this. Come on now.
Oh, no, I wouldn't drool over that. No, I'm not going to drool over that.
There we
You
go.
pull out a Mute Math album and then we'll.
Yeah. Hit the floor.
So
Thanks for having me,
You
David.
guys,
Appreciate
yeah, you're
it.
welcome, guys. Take it easy. Everybody. Oh, yeah, here's their new club. Let's get it. One last promo.
Right, Chance, for any displaced In Groove Gold member, Chance and I will hold a contest where you can win this copy of Original Jazz Classics Collector's Guide. We'll even throw in the catalog where you can try to find these on CD.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll throw in that OG of working.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. There was something with my earphones there. Look, I got my bid up already, right?
We hope you guys don't feel too dismembered.
Oh,
Oh, yes. I love it. I love it.
wow.
Absolutely.
The dismembered club.
Tote bag, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. All right, guys. Have
All
a good
right.
one. Talk to you soon. Have a good week.
Yep.
See ya.
God bless y'all.
God bless
Bye-bye.
y'all too. Bye-bye.